in. Let's hope that YouTube works out okay today with all the little hiccups in it. Let's see here what we got. Let's see what we got. Filter, all messages. Yeah, here we are again. I don't see any messages. I don't know what is going on. So, I might have to switch over to StreamYards and go through StreamYards if this continues, because it's really, it's aggravating. But come on in, guys. We're going to talk about the Nancy Guthrie. I don't see anybody on here. Let me just, I'm going to try something, and I'm going to be right back. All right, I think we're good. Let me just take a couple minutes and welcome everybody in. We got Victoria. Always good to see you. Sir Daniel. What'd I do without you? Margie, how are you? And Chris, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Yeah, tonight we're talking Nancy Guthrie. I know the war's important. We talked about this. But tonight it's yo. I'm going to go deep that I don't think anybody has talked about it on the internet. We're going to go very, very deep tonight because it's the simple stuff here. And I tell you, I got to keep my temper down a little bit. Thank you, Aaron, because I got to tell you, and, they say you got to be careful. I will just say the words allegedly. It aggravates me, but I'm going to say allegedly. The problem I have, let's go back in time. And thank you for that donation, Aaron. I appreciate it. Starting the stream off. UNC alert. Thank you so much, guys. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. Good to see Mike and everybody. All right, so here we go. How did Nancy leave the house? And the more I smoke cigars and think about this in my head, talk, chit chat with my uncle, law enforcement for 30 years, talk to my FBI friends, I got to say this. Who was in that house? Who was in Nancy Guthrie's house, and why was that masked man so comfortable? Well, come on. Why? How did we get outside that box? Well, you can't help it on our defense, right? Because it's an unsolved mystery that I think is getting close to being real close. It's like the whole neighborhood, we're all sleeping, nobody was watching. The reason why the masked man was relaxed, well, hello everybody, is because he knew somebody was in the house. Partner number 2. Now, we're going to discuss the masked man in a little bit, but hold that thought. Everybody hold that thought during this whole live, or majority of this live. Was somebody in that house? So, and, I'm going to say this again. I don't care what anybody says. We know for a fact, 100,000% is Tommaso took the mother-in-law, Nancy Guthrie, pulled into the driveway. There's only one driveway. Pulled into the driveway, let her out, and went in the garage. Okay, I'm going what they're saying, if they're telling the truth. Okay. So, at about 9:58, 10 o'clock, open up the garage. Nancy goes in the garage. Porch guy's comfortable outside because there's somebody in the house. Look, guys, this was all organized by, in the chat, put it in. This was organized by 1 or 2 people. They organized this. This was too easy. Well put out. These are the facts. You got a son-in-law, they have a dinner. They dropped mother-in-law off into the driveway. They pulled in the driveway. Somebody was in that house. Okay? That's the only reason that the porch guy was relaxed. Well, that's not the only reason. I take it back. The other reason is because he knew the cameras weren't there. Nobody in their right mind, I don't care how tough, unless you know that your time on this life is limited, are you all with me? Nobody's going to be that relaxed at somebody's doorstep. I don't care how late it is. Unless they know that mom was having dinner with the son-in-law and the mom, right? And that somebody was in that house. Somebody was in that house waiting. The house was nicey nice. And the big question I have when I talked about it with my uncle, law enforcement, and other people, well, that's a good point, Sal. But I say, okay, what's the problem? They go, well, that's a lot of time somebody would have to be in that house. No, it's not. How do you know they were in that house for 20 minutes? This was planned. This, ladies and gentlemen, this was all planned. And then you have a Pima County sheriff who's just continuing turning his back on the whole investigation. And my whole question is why? Why? Who is paying him off? This is like organized crime, folks. And I'm really getting aggravated because we're over 5 months, and then we're going to get into 6 months. And it's just going a little bit too far now. And, you know, I hear a lot of people talking about this, beep-a-bop, beep-a-boop, beep-a-boop, but it comes down to, you know, what I just said. And then I wrote down some stuff here. Yeah, my question is this in the chat. If somebody was in that house, well, who was it? Who was in that house? Well, we can almost rule out Tommaso. We can almost rule out T, the son-in-law, right? Because Tommaso claims he was the driver to drop mother-in-law off, Nancy Guthrie, right, on that January 31st around 9:58 p.m. So you rule him out. So then who was in the house? Who was in the house? Who's the masked guy? You have a masked guy, and then you have somebody in the house. Or no, nobody was in the house. I'd like to hear from you guys, because it's really, the more this grabs my attention, because I watched this video and how so relaxed he is, because we all get really, speaking of relaxed, we all get relaxed and watching the plants moving, right? And guessing the eyes. We're all looking at his eyes and his build and how he's going down like this. We all forget, why the hell is he so damn relaxed? Nobody ever is going to be that relaxed. Unless, two things. One, his time on this earth is very short, right? Or two, he knows there's only going to be that much chance of getting caught. He knows everybody's got his back. Come on. You got to think like being on the streets, guys. He knew that everybody had his back, right? He knew that the neighbors were all sleeping. Most of them were elderly. He knew that somebody else was down the street. I wouldn't be surprised there was another person down the street watching. That's how much I really think this was controlled by a bunch of people. And, you know, the big question, I'll beat everybody to it. Well, if that's true, Sal, when you have several people, don't they R-A-T, rat? I got a cigar right here, Chris. Have one with you. Don't they rat? Because when you get two people, they can rat. You get three, the chances are greater they're going to rat. You get four, but why not? Why hasn't anybody rat yet? And I hear, well, it's been almost 5 months. Well, trust me, they will rat. They will rat. When I say they, if there's three involved, two will rat. All right, so we're going to go over the timeline here, the time stuff. So I'm going to ask the whole chat on here. Number one, put a 1 in the chat. Was somebody already in that house? Somebody in that house with gloves on, right? Covering their shoes with a shoe cover, maybe a mask on, sitting there in that sofa, or just standing there waiting for 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half. Put a 2. Absolutely not. Nobody was in that house. House was empty. Nancy went for dinner, waiting for Nancy to come in. I'd like to see where we're at on this. Who was in Nancy's home? Who was in Nancy's home? Nobody in Nancy's home. And then, how was Nancy removed from the home? That's where we're going to take some call-ins. So we have the number pin here. We have the number pin here. 702-447-9027. How was Nancy Guthrie removed from that home? Was she removed from the front door? Was she removed from the back door? Was she removed from the garage door? And the questions that I'm hoping the detectives and FBI would ask, in 1 month, stay with me everybody, in 30 days, because when I leave my house, it's about 70% of the time I leave from my garage. So they need to see, A, how many times she's left our house. B, did she normally leave from her front door? And these are the questions, ladies and gentlemen, they should be asking Tommaso, Annie, the brother, and Savannah. These are the obvious questions. Now, they probably are, but I just want to take this hour and a half to 2 hours with everyone and go over some of the stuff that's probably being done. And I'm sure it's being done today, every day. And those questions should be the obvious. How many times did mom leave? Did mom leave twice a month? Did mom go to church? We understand she was doing church online. How many times did she go to dinner with you? Did she go to dinner at the same time, 9 o'clock? Was it 8 o'clock? I would hope they were asking her them questions. Who else was at dinner? And I'm sure they're going to say, no, just us three. No, who else? That's the questions they need to be asking over and over, Annie and Tommaso. It doesn't make no damn sense, and I'm almost positive they are watching them every friggin' day. There's no way in hell that they're not watching them. They're not off the hook because of any kind of lie detector. Hello, Marissa. How are you? And where did the vehicle drop off, Nancy? Where? Did the vehicle on my thumbnail there? Did it back up into the driveway? Did it pull in the front of the house? Did it park a quarter mile down the street? Where was the tire tracks? It doesn't rain in Tucson that much. I know they just had some rain a couple nights ago. I know it rains about 10 times a year there, maybe 15 times. But there was no rain. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, over and over and over, you got a huge cover up here. Or is the sheriff that damn stupid? This is all common sense, folks. All common sense. It's out there. Tommaso said it. We took mom home. I took mom home, not we, he. Andy stayed home. He took her home. Backed his car up in that driveway. Somebody possibly could have been in that house for maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, waiting for Nancy to go into that garage. She went in that garage, that door that most of us, and by the way, if you have a garage door, a lot of times people will break into your house if that door is not locked. So just a big tip, guys, always make sure that you have that door locked. You go in your garage, your 2-car garage, your 3-car garage, your 1-car garage, always make sure that door is locked. But anyhow, she goes in that garage door, she opens up that door. It's usually just one little twist. Most people don't have a key. 84 years old, 24 years old, 60 years old, and she goes into that house. Now, there is another option, and I've said this on our last live on Nancy Guthrie. And that other one, hello, Stacks, how are you? And that is, she never went in that house. She never got in that garage door. We know that they have reports that that garage door opened, but there's that other possibility that she never even went in the house, and then use your imagination what happened there. Now, I also want to go over the crime scene. I've talked about this many times, and I'm going to talk about it again because how important this is. Because as I talk to law enforcement, this is huge. I said this when the streamers were there, the YouTubers, and all the media coverage was there. This is a big mistake, and I don't want anybody to ever forget this, ladies and gentlemen. This is bigger than you think. All right, when they arrived there, thank you, Dustin. When the FBI, Pima County arrived there, eventually when Nanos arrived there, the street in front of the house is a what? Put it in the chat. The driveway is a what? Put it in the chat. The garage door is what? Put it in the chat. Crime scene. It's a crime scene. Soon as you get notified that the mom is missing and there's indication that she was kidnapped, that is a crime scene, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody at all should be allowed in front of the effing house. Sorry, guys, I'm fired up. I've said this from the beginning. They had all the media in front of the house. No tape, as Marissa put in the chat. No tape. The driveway is a crime scene. In front of the house is a crime scene. Now, 2 houses down, not a crime scene. 1 house down, not a crime scene. The pool, a crime scene. Landscaping, the little drip system, the trees in the house, crime scene. The doormat, crime scene that never left. The flower pot, crime scene. The wreath on the door, not a Christmas wreath. Some people have a wreath all year long for the winter. Crime scene. Cameras, broken or working, crime scene. So there's no way, in my opinion, that Pima County is that stupid. There's no way. This was not their first kidnapping, homicide. And maybe there was for somebody 84 years young and beautiful at that. But this was not their first rodeo. Nanos, it wasn't his first day on the job. It wasn't his first month. He's been in 30 some years. I want everybody to digest and think about this. That's a huge red flag. It was nice to see the streamers there. The YouTubers did a fantastic job. Some of them I know, and they're great people. But that's not about that. News Nation does a good job. It's not about that. Fox News does a good job. It's not about that. CNN does a horrible job. It's not about that. Sorry, just had to throw that out there. It's about no media covers because it's a crime scene. The media should have been a quarter mile down the street until they did their investigation. And as far as I'm concerned, it's still an investigation. So, just nuts to me. So I want to continue to put that out there. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to jump into the chat because I'm way behind in the chat. Hello, Debbie. That's Nancy Guthrie's bedroom. There's her bed. You know, and according to Pima County, according to Nancy Guthrie and the family, Annie, Tommaso and the brother, the bed was messed up like somebody slept there. But the room was perfect. The lamp was perfect. Nothing knocked over. Nothing. Okay? So that there tells me a lot. That tells me a lot about the house itself. Aside from the bed, like when we wake up in the morning, depending if there's one person in your bed, 2 people in the bed, 3 people in the bed. Other than that, there was no evidence of any kind of foul play. And that tells me that it's a possibility. It's a possibility that there was somebody standing in that house with gloves on, feet covered, because there's no fingerprints, waiting for Nancy to arrive. And I don't believe that person was in that house more than 30 minutes. For me, I believe one thing's for sure. They had dinner together at 9 o'clock. They got home around 9:48. somebody was in that house for 30 minutes. There was no telephone communication because this was all planned. You stay in the house, you do your job, I'll drop her off. And then the guy at the door was so calm, and that masked man who was so calm because he knew exactly that there was people looking after him. He knew that everything was okay. There was somebody in the house. There was somebody driving mom home, getting real close. Yes, there was always that percentage that somebody would have rode by. But the chances of them looking at Nancy's home. So it wasn't during the daytime, ladies and gentlemen. It was during the night. This all makes a lot of sense to me. This all makes a whole lot of sense. And I still think Pima County, FBI, well, not FBI, but I still think Pima County never even looked in that area. And I don't trust them. I'm going to say it again. I don't trust them at all. And they need to be called out. And they need somebody to question them. It should not be that easy to be able to question them. I mean, a good reporter, I'm not talking about a local, low-budget news channel to report them on this. And another thing, if somebody was in the house, it explains why, everybody listen, she didn't take her night medication. That can explain a little bit on that as well. So how was Nancy removed? Assuming she did go in that house, assuming Nancy Guthrie, let's just say for conversation, Tommaso drops her off, Nancy goes through the garage closes, doesn't hit her, she makes her way through, unlocks that door like a lot of us have, she goes into her house, and then around, I guess it was 2 in the morning. Let me get my time frame. Excuse me here. Oh, here it is. So, yeah. So, Saturday, January 31st, 2026. 9:48 p.m. I said 10. 9:48, 10 o'clock. Tommaso drives her back home for conversation. The garage door closes around 9:50, so 2 minutes. The garage closes. It's enough time for Nancy to go into the garage. It goes open, it closes. She goes into that door. So now it's about. So now that closes at 9:50. Give her 5 minutes to put her purse, whatever she keeps her purse. A lot of women keep in her room on a nightstand. Maybe some keep it on the table. And then she was reported, and then all of a sudden, around the camera, the doorbell camera, we know it was disconnected at exactly 1:47 a.m. So, assuming this all took place approximately 12:30, 1:30 in the morning, the question I have is, if somebody was in that house, was she already unalive, or did the other person, the masked guy, actually make it into the door to help remove Nancy Guthrie out of the house? Or, you know, again, I asked this earlier, some of you think that, no, Sal, nobody was in that house. The masked guy opened up that front door or went around the back, got in the house and did this all himself. Is it possible, ladies and gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. We've got 91 in the chat. Is it possible that one person could do all this? Is that possible? To go into the house, be that relaxed, and carry on, go to the car, drop mom off, Nancy into the house, drive down? Sharon says no. And it's just the more we watch it, you know, because, you know, I first watched it, second time I watched it, I got so hypnotized on looking at his eyes, you know. Well, first of all, I think I got caught up myself on how, you know, he's using the plants. It's like, what the hell, right? A lot of yous, right? You know, when he got the plant, it's like, what? Why is he taking the plant? At first, I'm thinking, is this guy, got some kind of a medical condition, Down syndrome, or something, or he's on some serious drugs, right? That was the first thing. Then my second thing is like, look at those eyes. Like all of us, are they Italian? Are they Latino? Are they Greek? Trying to figure out who the hell this individual is. But we get, and then the third thing was how he was like, like this. Like he had a bad back or a bad knee. But it's so obvious this guy was so damn relaxed. You guys can tell me, we can go right now on YouTube and Google or Facebook, and we can tap in kidnaps, burglary. We can tap in break-ins, cameras, break-ins. I would love to see one video surveillance of a man or a woman, large, tall, small, short, be that damn relaxed. If somebody can find me one, send it to my email, because I've been looking. That guy was calm. And why somebody's calm is because they knew that they knew that Nancy was not in the house. They knew that she wasn't home yet. They knew there was somebody in the house, maybe, kicking back, relaxing for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe an hour. And waiting and waiting and waiting to kidnap this woman. And then, of course, the reason is, why would that happen? Why Nancy? Where's Nancy? And why so damn long? Why so long? What are they waiting for? What the hell is I'm so pissed off at the FBI. I don't know who I'm more mad, on the FBI or Pima County, or both. And the damn FBI, what are they waiting for? What are you waiting for? You know who the person is. You got to have some blood samples. There's no way in hell the DNA is no kind of blood DNA is back. This is completely, every time a day goes by, a week goes by, 5 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Are they that damn stupid, or are they definitely looking into this and they just need that final piece of the puzzle? It's upsetting. All right, Sharon says, I agree, they were in home when she got home. Anybody else? Or was that house empty? House was empty. And we know there was no dog. The poor dog was deceased prior to this kidnap homicide. So we know there was no dog. Was that house completely empty? Hey, Bunny Mom, good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. Marie, how are you tonight, Marie? Empty? House was empty. Good to see you, Marie. Appreciate your comment. Vicky, how are you? Good to see you. No stress, Bunny Mom. Take a couple deep breaths. I know you're not feeling well, but hang in there. What did I say? 1 hour at a time. That goes for everybody. Southern Illinois, Misfit, how are you? Good to see you, Misfit. Anybody want to call in and give your perspective on this? There's the number. I'm just trying to look at all angles, but I like to sit down and just look at the obvious and what we're going on. And if they're telling us the truth, this is what we have. As far as the time frame, the garage, and that 2 minute on the garage. Tommaso, the Honda car that he had. Yeah, if anybody has any kind of anxiety, always take a couple deep breaths, believe in yourself. 1 hour at a time is all we can do. And always remember that none of us are perfect in any way. We're meant to make mistakes. Things happen, things break. But at the end of the day, You don't see that light through that tunnel, right? Sometimes it's impossible. Like, I'm not going to get through this. It's just not going to work out. And you get a form of anxiety. And it all works out well. It all seems to work out. It might not work out that hour or that day, but it all works out. So hang in there, everybody. Thank you, Vicky. I had a good day with the homeless guys. We'll talk about that a little bit. Of course, you know, I always have a few haters, but that's, you got to have thick skin when you do these. When you sign up for YouTube, you better have thick skin. So, of course, the haters threw it all at me today on the homeless. We'll talk about that a little bit. Who was in Nancy's home? Or no one's in Nancy's home. And how was Nancy removed from the home? How is it possible on that dark January 31st evening? We know it's dark. There's no street lights. For those who maybe haven't followed this case and maybe just started to follow it, they don't have any street lights. I did hear that they're going to have a ruling, HOA, or whatever they call it over there, to have street lights. We know about that. Hey, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. I walk into places and they think that they said, what happened to you? And I tell people, Matthew, you should see the other guy, right? You know how we say that? I do feel better as far as the pain, but it's still uncomfortable. How is Mexico City tonight? Marie says it was all planned. Yeah, Marie, you know, I gotta agree with you, Marie. Marie, I have to agree. I try to like look at all the angles, Marie, but it's just all planned. Like, I mean, not the street lights, Marie. I mean, obviously they don't like street lights because they want it to be that way, and that's fine. Greg says that too, but I'm talking about, I want everybody to think about this. Not one person, no, not one. And dinner, I believe that was planned too. Connie, how are you, Connie? Good to see you. I really do. I really believe. I try to think of all angles, but I have to go back. I have to go with what the hell we know. And I keep going over and over and looking at, forget the time thing and all that stuff. Even if you put that, you don't even need the time stuff. All you need to know is Nancy Guthrie had dinner. That's 100%. Or are they making that up? Or is that all made up? But assuming they had dinner, thanks, Gidget. They had dinner and they took her home. To be exact, 9:48, 10 o'clock, whatever the hell the time is. He probably backed the car up in the driveway, or he parked it in front of the street. They had mom out for dinner to have somebody approach the house and have somebody in the house. And I just want to know why. What was the reason? Well, I've talked about this like a broken record, but we're going to talk about it again. 9 times out of 10, it's fuzzles. Money, 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 money. It's money. And I think the FBI knows that, but for some reason, these people got a little lucky or what? Did they get that lucky? Or, damn it, is the damn FBI's involved too? Hey, Mary, welcome in. Thank you for the 67 likes. So, yeah, we'll get caught up real quick, guys. It's just, we're just going over some things as I've talked to law enforcement. My uncle, I told you guys, my uncle has been in law enforcement. Was somebody in the house? Some of you, I would say majority of people on here, maybe split in half, think there was nobody in the house. I'm going to go on a theory that first that there was somebody in the house, and we're just going over about the masked guy was so calm, collective, relaxed, like no worry in the world. You know, it's like just like you're going to somebody's house to drop them off a pizza, you know, or you're going to visit somebody, you know. Too relaxed, way too relaxed. And then we're talking about who removed Nancy. So let's go on the first theory, okay? Let's go on first. Ready? So first, there's somebody in the house. And then we'll talk about the guy or woman in the house. Let's just say it's a man. So you have a man in the house. We'll just say for conversation, that man was there for maybe, because the dinner was, assuming they had dinner, well, she got home at 9:48. Assuming they had dinner, she called the Uber driver around what? Help me out. What time did she call the Uber driver, guys? I forgot it in my notes. Help me out. So let's say they had dinner for an hour. Marissa says, I think the perp was high. I mean, he could have been. That is an option, Marissa. He could have been high. I'm serious. No, I'm thinking about it. I mean, because, you know, my mind's going back to the interview room. Everybody, to the chat. I'm going back to the interview room, and they talked about, you know, to the park and the drug dealers. Kim, how are you, Kim? Always good to see you. I'm glad you're able to make this live. Good to see you. Jeanette, how are you? But I'm thinking to myself, the most common sense. And so, okay, so we're going to talk about first the perp that could have been high, relaxed, or didn't care about anything. Why he didn't care? Because he knew that his partner, his Goomba Natane, or his girlfriend, or whoever was in that house and been in that house for an hour, assuming they had dinner for an hour. And then Tommaso drops mom. I call my mother-in-law mom. Mom, mother-in-law, backs up the car into the driveway. We'll talk about other theories too. And she goes in through the garage. Okay, I'll agree on that. And then she goes into the house, and then, you know, I'm not going to get real graphic on this because not everybody can handle it, right? Not everybody's the same. And then all hell breaks loose, and she's unalive. I'm not going to get into details, but she's unalive. The perp comes into the house, whether he comes in through the front door, who the hell knows? Could have came in through the garage as well. Could have came in through the pool outside. Who knows? But he gets in the house, right? And then it takes him about 10 minutes. You know, they use a sheet or whatever it is. I'm not even so sure they used the sheet because these people been working on this for a very, very long time. They probably had their own sheet or something and like that. Oh, thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. Working. And then they probably took her out through the front door because this is the closest to the driveway. I mean, so damn relaxed. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring this live and just to go back in time and think about and talk about, was there a possibility somebody said. Now, we'll talk about no one's inside. I'm going to throw a couple things. So we just talked about inside. Now we're going to talk about nobody was inside. But before I do that, I just want to get caught up and welcome Lydia. How are you? Good to see you. Try to get caught up and make sure I welcome everybody. Not for kids. Oh, it's 5:30. Thank you. Julian, how are you? Oh, from Spain. Hi, greetings from, sorry. Wow. Dynamite's in the house. How are you, Dynamite? All right, so now, let me get a sip. All right, so we talked about a possibility of somebody being in the home. She's doing good, Kim. She's doing okay. She's playing with the birds, been busy with the birds. Both of us were off today, and we did absolutely nothing. Well, we did a lot. We fed the homeless people, but as far as we just stayed home. But she's doing good, Kim. Thank you. Victor, how are you? So now we're going to go with assuming the other half in the chat that there was nobody in that house, okay? Nobody in the house. The house was all locked up. Nancy gets there, 9:48, 10 o'clock. She goes in the garage. Nobody's in the house. We're nowhere to go. Nobody's in the house. She goes in the house. The perp makes his way in, assuming that the perp was real close, goes into the house, takes Nancy, but all by himself. He leaves his car. He goes inside, unalives Nancy, whether it was accidental, unalive, or purposely. It happens. One man, one person, assuming it's a man, looked like a man. Some say it could have been a female. We'll just say it's a man for conversation. Probably a man. And then puts her in the back seat. Probably not the back seat, probably the trunk. Drives about 20, 30 miles down that dark street. We'll talk about that again. And just after that, it's all done. We have nothing. 5 months, going to go 6 months. That easy? Let me tell you something, folks. I don't care if there's no street lights. I don't care if you're delivering Uber, Postmate food. I don't care if you're in a neighborhood, you have the wrong house. You're not that relaxed unless you're, like Marissa said, either you're on some kind of drug of your choice, really, really drunk, and he didn't look drunk, or damn right well that you're covered up. You're covered. Meaning you're covered like a great offensive line from the Philadelphia Eagles or the Patriots when they win a Super Bowl. Meaning you were covered with the person who put you there could have been, allegedly, T and A, Tommaso and Annie. So you're covered there. Mom's having dinner. Nobody's in the house we're talking about, right? What are you worrying about? What are you worrying about? No worry. Everybody's sleeping. Maybe, just maybe, Nanos was involved. Or maybe he was tagged along. I mean, I hate to say this, but think that nobody's going to catch me. I'm here. If a car does go by, they won't even look. If they look, I'll worry about it then. What do you think, guys? He knew the place. Oh, yeah. Not for kids. Does everybody agree with that comment? Put a 1 if you agree that these people, plural, knew the place. They knew this place very well. And I've said this from the very beginning when we heard about Nancy Guthrie being kidnapped. I said these people was not their first rodeo. They've studied this house weeks, months, maybe even a year. And it was just counting the time, counting the days, counting the weeks, counting the month to have that perfect organized crime to make sense. Thank you, Barbed Wire. They were just waiting for the dinner, waiting for the perfect time, all that stuff. And I'm just hoping that the detectives are asking $1 million question, and that would be to Annie and Tommaso. I would be asking them 3 times a day until they solve this case. I don't give a crap. How many times have you had dinner with your mom? How many times did your mom, your mother-in-law, leave that house in 30 days? Did she leave 1 time a month? Did she leave 5 times a month? Did she leave every day in a month? I want to know, and ask them over and over and over. Set these pieces of crap up, allegedly. Even if they're not involved directly, maybe they make a mistake. Even if they do make a mistake, it doesn't mean they're guilty. Let me just say that. It doesn't mean they're guilty, but at least you have something. Instead of this case going cold, you can at least keep the case active. Keep asking the questions. And not together. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Ask Annie something one day on a Monday. Ask Tommaso on a Wednesday. Call Savannah in. I'm just hoping that they don't get lost in this whole case. I hope they don't get lost. When I say lost, I just hope they don't get lost where They have nothing to go on. Where they know it could be A&T or it could be somebody else, and they just fall asleep and just don't have that final DNA to hit a slam dunk trial. All right, so if anybody wants to call in, any former law enforcement or current law enforcement, any doctors, CSI, sheriffs, call in at 702-447-9027. And today's topic is, I don't want to talk about the whole crime. We're going to talk about, do you think somebody was in the house? Do you think it was organized by, allegedly, maybe not, maybe so, Annie and Tommaso? Were they the ringleaders? Were they the real people in charge on organized crime? Or no, just bad luck and a bad time, taking their mother to dinner, just had some bad luck, and now being accused by a lot of us. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. And also, we can debate, or not debate, but discuss, why was that man so relaxed on that porch? The masked man, the porch guy, whatever the hell you want to call him. Why the hell was he that relaxed? Was he high? Was he drunk? Did he know his life on this? Did he? I mean, I'm just putting it out there. Is there a chance that he knew that his time on this world, that maybe he knew that his time was going to come up? Or, in my opinion, he was covered. He was covered like a good offensive line, meaning he knew that everybody was watching his back. He knew he was covered. He knew they had somebody in that house. Somebody was in the house. He had nowhere. He knew Nancy wasn't there. Because I don't care, folks, if she's 84 years old and not in the best of shape, or my mom who passed. Women and men at 84 years old, 54 years old, 24 years old, 94 years old, if you can move and somebody's going to attack you in your house, in your apartment, as long as you can move, and I don't care if you have a broken elbow, or I don't care, you are going to do the best you can. I mean, the odds are against you. You're going to fight. And the person on that porch knows there's a chance possible that person could be up with a baseball bat, right? A pot, or if anything else, with the phone in her hand to call 911. I want everybody to think about this. I think we went way out of the box, or I went way out of the box, and it's the obvious. Somebody was definitely in there prior to this kidnap, homicide, terrible tragedy over 5 months now. And it's getting me aggravated over and over on the Pima County. And now I am still calling out the FBI. I'm pissed off. Is this the way? I mean, who the hell want to live there? I wouldn't want to. If I was planning on moving to the foothills in Pima County and something would happen, how the hell could you live in a city or a state like that? Is it that corrupted? Are they all turning their backs because of money? In so many ways I say money. I say money on Pima County. They're all in bed, all political, and then all the money on whoever did this abduction and kidnap, homicide. Yeah, people are... There's no way. I mean, when you guys order Uber Eats or Postmate, I don't order, but my kids do. I don't order from them. I like homemade food, but my point is this. You're probably saying, where the hell are you going, Sal? When the young man or the elderly man or the elderly woman, whoever that person is, comes to your door, I know they drop the food off now. It's not like it was in the day. They knock on your door, ring the bell. But if you watch them and you ring bell, they're even nervous. They're nervous, you know? They're nervous for a couple reasons. One is they don't know what house they're going up to drop that food. Two, could they have a dog? Is there somebody there? You know, or three, they're just perhaps nervous. Watch them. They're tense. People are tense. Even when the people come to your house, no disrespect, I love the Mormon community, they come up. They're not real relaxed. Nobody's that relaxed. That guy was so relaxed to grab the plants, to try to cover it up. That was all a show, folks. He knew those cameras were broken. That person knew the cameras were not working. He was told by whoever it was that those cameras were not working. And I'm going to go on a theory that there was somebody in that house, and that's why he was relaxed. All right, let's see. The phone's working here. Who wants to call in and chit-chat? Anybody want to call in and discuss Nancy Guthrie? What the hell happened? Don't you hate when you hit something and then it goes to another screen? With my damn thumb, I hit it. Oh, there you go. All right. Let's see here. Just a driver is my thinking, plus he or she's high. Yeah, well, that's what Connie said. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, Connie. That's what Marissa said earlier. Connie says, totally staged, central casting. Sign them up in Hollywood. Also, other news too is Sheriff Nanos is involved in a huge lawsuit for $1.35 million with an M. So he's being sued by that person that was he was attacked and through COVID. This Nanos has got a bad track record, man. Let me tell you. Just Google him. Wow, Marissa, you know, you think like I do a little bit here. I think Sione guy was studying forensic science too. He might have been. But what? So, did this guy have a gambling problem? Or what? Vic, I didn't watch it. Still haven't watched it. Shit. I gotta watch it though. Four seconds. My point is, if the person or persons have done this numerous times, I'm sure they learned from their mistakes. Interesting point, Sir Daniel. And their nerves had created on the first time that they committed the crime. Interesting. So good, guys. These are really great comments. Yeah, Victor, I'm going to watch it. I got to watch it tonight. Hey, UK, how are you? Paul from the UK. Everybody say hello to Paul from the UK. Not for Kids says, I quote, they say only Annie and Tommaso A&T would know that the camera didn't have a backup. And they left an extra key so the perp could walk in. Ralph Fernandez is in the house. Chris Leah Gregory's in the house. How are you? From Georgia. Good to see everybody. I hope everybody started their week off. For those who are working, had a good Monday. This was the first Monday in about 2 years that I've had off. And it was because of doctor's appointments, this, that, whatever, and clients on vacation. So, but did go out and take care of a couple homeless. Oh, I want to talk about the homeless before I forget. So I put out there, and some people think it was staged. Connie, speaking of stage, there was haters on my short today. Of course, I don't respond. Hey, Linda Ford, good to see you, Linda. And say it was all staged. That I staged the young lady, I staged the guy, all staged. And then the other ones are saying you only gave $3 to one, $2 to the other. All right. And then it was you give them a hot cup of coffee, it's too hot. And then it's why are you feeding them? It's not going to help. They're going to end up using the drug choice. Whatever you do. And what a world we live in. Oh, I'm reading your message, Connie. Oh, is that right? JLR had documentation that T had taught forensics DNA. I never heard that. Wow. Interesting. Aaron, yeah, they just have no lives. But I don't respond back, you know. Hello, Amy. Hello, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. We're covering, keeping Nancy Guthrie going. And guys, I'm telling you, if my elbow turns out to be where I don't need surgery, I'm heading out to Tucson, Arizona. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be out there. My wife says she doesn't want me to go, but I am going to go out there. I'm bringing a friend of mine, two friends of mine, one from Philly. We're going to go out. And it's going to be, where's Nancy? And we're going to ask the tough questions. We will ask the questions. We will. 100,000%. 1 billion%. 1 trillion%. Should I go higher? Speak to Nanos representatives. Maybe even him. Maybe even him. But his representatives that work in there. I'm 1 trillion% it will happen, folks. Now, camera-wise, I don't know. But I guarantee it, and I'm going to ask the tough questions. He has not been asked the tough questions at all. And we will be walking down those streets, and there's not one damn thing they can do about it. Not one thing they can do about it. It's our First Amendment right to be able to walk. You notice I'm saying walking, not running, not standing. Not that there's anything wrong with standing, but I will be walking, getting my exercise in, because I can't do any lifting. I'll be walking and asking them, where's Nancy? Why, Nancy? What the hell are you waiting on? Why aren't you visiting the streets? Old school detective. And then I want to ask them, are they being questioned? Are you still on the case, Pima County? Because they're lying. They're saying that the FBI is all on the case. When they know damn right well, because they've been on these low-budget radio stations and local networks there, whatever the hell their stations are, KOLV or KLO, doesn't matter. They're telling them the questions to ask. Let me ask the questions. Pay Sue Ellen visit. She's from the Waltons. I'll say, hey, Sue Ellen, did you play in the Waltons? That woman there, according to the live video from the YouTube channels out there, I'm not going to mention the names, but they were out there. They have her on camera that she was driving fast. Fast. Not 100 miles per hour, but fast. Over the speed limit. That should be a crime. But yeah, we'll go ask Sue Ellen a couple questions. See, I know how to deal with people like Sue Ellen. First thing I would ask her was this. Hey, Sue Ellen, from the Waltons, you got any wine? See how I said that? Instead of saying, you know, because she's going to go, who are you? Whoa. Who are you? Are you Italian or something? Oh, I'm Italian. Hey, do you have any wine? I got some wine for you. You got to get her comfortable, Connie. See, that's what everybody does wrong. You got to make the haters comfortable. Got any wine? How's that car of yours? I see you like to drive. You like to go a little fast. Yeah, me too. You get her real comfortable. Then you get her to open up. I'll just say this. I don't think she's involved at all, but she's one pain in the ass, huh, that lady? She is one pain in the ass. You got to get her relaxed. You got to get the haters to relax, guys. Then they open up. That's the same thing with Nancy. Where's Nancy? Like, shout out to the interview room, Chris McDonald. That guy's amazing. He's so relaxed. Much more relaxed than me, right? Well, he's relaxed. But he's smart. He's not lazy. The interview room and Karen, they're not lazy. Oh, no. And they're probably about my age. Maybe a little older. Old school. They're old school. Ask the questions. The people will tell you who did the crime. The people out in the park will tell you if they seen, not Nancy, but they seen the perp. They seen the masked guy, those eyes. They'll tell you if they seen Tommaso or Annie around that area, or the brother, or Savannah. They'll tell you. They speak. They have ears, they have eyes. That's old school. Old school, not new school. Yes, it's great to have DNA. It's great. But when you don't have DNA, or DNA is taking their time, I assume they don't even have any DNA, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to say it. Then you let the streets talk. What do you have to lose? Go to the prisons. Go to the jails. Ask these people. And that's what exactly Chris McDonald, the interview room, and his beautiful wife Karen did in that trip to Tucson, Arizona. You would think that Pima County would learn from that, but the reason they don't want to, folks, because it's all about money, money, money. And everybody's getting paid to do one of these. They're all getting paid to do one of these. And it's aggravating me. And it's pissing me off that a crime like this possibly would not be unsolved over the most obvious, or the clues are out there for all of us. The clues are all there. We talked about being relaxed. We talked about possibility of somebody being in there. The time they've been dropped off. The last people to drop off the mom, a higher percentage of the time, they know something. They heard something, they seen something. And for me, there's a greater possibility that this was orchestra from the people or the person who dropped this beautiful 84-year-old woman, Nancy Guthrie, in the foothills of Arizona on that January 31st. It was her last dinner. And it's so clues are all there. And why no arrest? Why hasn't there been an arrest? Well, on the FBI, on their defense, if they go too quick and arrest A and T, or B and C, whoever you want to say, if they go too quick without that final piece, of that puzzle. They made a regular puzzle that we were all young, that took us 5 minutes to put together. They made that small puzzle into one giant, huge puzzle, purposely. And they got that one piece of that one blood drop, DNA, hair follicle, or something. And they're just scared that they don't have enough to go on everything that, or 85, 90% that I'm saying, into trial. That's the only thing I could think of. Hey, Frank, how are you? Thank you. 116 likes. Yeah, Shirley. I mean, how you handle those people, Shirley, exactly. And I'm not kidding about it, Shirley. You get them to relax. Instead of arguing with them, And I'm not calling out any other streamers. I think they did an excellent job, and I mean that. I mean, Alex did a fantastic job. You know, he did pretty good. But I would just do it a little different. Now, of course, I wouldn't go to her house. But if I was on the street walking, and she said, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" Instead of saying, "Well, hey, I'm Sal. I'm a YouTuber," or something like that. No. Hey, what the hell you got to drink? Got anything to drink? I'd go for a drink. Let's go have a drink, honey. Boy, you look good. Let's go have a drink. Get her relaxed. Get her calm. I'm not saying she's involved. I would say there's probably a 0% chance, in my opinion. Well, I wouldn't say zero. I would say a 5% chance any of the neighbors, Marissa, is involved. You should see me when I have a couple of drinks, Marissa. But you have to have fun with her. And I don't mean that kind of fun. And then let her spill the beans. Hey, did you put that dog poop or whatever crap? Oh, that sounds on the street. You know, get her to confess on a few things. I don't know what you're going to get by it. Well, what you're going to get is a good case on a civil lawsuit for Alex, the Juice, and 857. But more than that, who knows? Good for you, Frank. Maybe she knows a little something. Maybe she could fill us in who's in bed with her. Meaning, bed money-wise, guys. Like, Nanos, is he in bed? HOA, where's some of that money going? You know, get her relaxed. Go treat her for her breakfast. That kind of stuff. That's how I take care of that Sue Ellen. Yeah, we have a Sue Ellen in our neighborhood, too. She's not that bad, but we have one. Do we all have a Sue Ellen in our neighborhood? I think everybody has a Sue Ellen. And I'm not just picking on women, because there's men out there that are Sue Ellen. There's men, what's it say? I'll say Karens. There's men that are Karens, too, guys. Oh, yes. It's not just women. There's men out there, too. We had a man on the street. So, I had a Trump flag up, and he came, you know that guy that comes walking with the suit and tie and the glasses? He says, got a nice landscape in there. I said, yeah, thank you. Yeah, beautiful river rocks. I said, what do you want? He goes, you know that flag? I said, what flag? That's got to go down. I go, what? That flag's going to stay up till the election's over. And I take a walk, I told him. So, yeah, you do have those, you have those kind of people, too, that are men. Sue Ellen from the Waltons. Sue Ellen. Yeah, my guy moved too, Regina. See, if you guys want to go back to the criminal, pardon me, the interview room with Chris McDonough. Is it Chris McDonald or Chris McDonough? I think it's Chris McDonough. Chris, if you're watching or you watch the replay, I apologize. And Karen, who do a fantastic job. Let me look in the camera. They do an amazing job. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. If we go to their channel, you see how he brings the water to the homeless guy, the guy that, according to Chris, was high on something. You see how Chris got him to relax, gave him water. It's amazing, as Chris says, what a bottle of water does to somebody, how it can make them talk. Now, it didn't make them talk like, oh, we know who the perp is. But if you go around every day and you have a task force and you go to those parks, thanks, Michelle McDonald, and you go to those parks over and over, not just that park, but parks that are 5 miles away, 10 miles away, they'll talk. You might get some answers. It's always worth a try. But evidently, Pima County don't want to do it. And at first I said, well, they're just lazy. And then I said, well, now they're tired, lazy. And then I said, well, maybe they don't want to do it because they seen Chris say it. And now if they do it, you know, look, my little psychology, well, if we do it now, like I think that interview was a month ago. If they do it too quick, then it really makes him look bad. And that's because he has an ego. That could be, or it could just be because they know who did it and they're getting paid. What do you guys think? I think it's A, B, C, and D. I think it's all four. Lazy, tired. It insults them. Hey, Joe, good to see you, Joe. There you go, Frank. You know, Frank, this cigar is not real good tonight. I don't know why. It's probably my fault for letting it stay out too long. I think so, Michelle. You got nothing to lose but a little exercising and have your best task force go out there 2 hours a day, Michelle, and check. Regine says, I don't think they'll ever find her body. What do you guys think to that? Responding to that comment is from Regine. And Regine says, in her opinion, doesn't think they'll ever find the bodies or the body parts. What do you guys think to that? You agree? Like to hear from anybody. Who wants to call in? Where's all the police? Where's all the law enforcement? Doctors, psychologists. What's your thoughts? One person in the house? Two people in the house? Nobody in the house? Perp was too calm? Was he high? Was he not high? He had nothing to lose, meaning his life, he knew that maybe he's not going to be around much longer. What do you think? Bowman says everything comes out at the end. Yeah, you said that before, I remember. I have a good memory. Or maybe somebody else, but I think I read that before. Tish says, agrees with my wife, Maribel. Yes, I think she's buried in Mexico. Yep, my wife does too. Anybody else still think that she's buried in Mexico? Or did you think she was buried in Mexico before and now you changed your mind? Jimmy Hoffa? No, he's not burning. He's not buried in Mexico. And he's not at the Giant Stadium either. Ralph's eating some donuts. What kind of donuts? Jelly donuts, apple, cream, Boston cream. Not one call in tonight. Oh, the interview is actually on right now. The interview's on right now. They're talking about something else. Jimmy Hoffa, you won't see him no more. Not at all. Oh, that sounds good, Ralph. I just seen that. Glazed donut. Enjoy it, Ralph. Enjoy that donut. Anybody else having any donuts tonight? Smoking cigars? Enjoying your Monday here live. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. The more this goes on, the more doesn't this, it just aggravates. Man, it's just like so disturbing. It's like I'm waiting to hear great news. You know, you would think you would hear some kind of an update or some kind. And we know that FBI doesn't do any press conference. They just know not to do it. But you would think there'd be some kind of a lead, some press conference from Pima County or some strawberry ice cream. Sounds damn good. I was going to get some ice cream today, raspberry, gluten-free. Jimmy Hoffa. I'm reading all you guys on Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah. We'll never know, will we? Never know the truth. Majority of people think he was buried at Giant Stadium. Oh, it was so good, Michelle. The only problem, Michelle, is I ate it so quick. You know when you get something that's I had that headache you get? It was so good. I had raspberry, bananas, chocolate syrup. It was excellent. Raspberry I love. It's one of my favorites. Dawn, thank you so much for the soccer. Or park the bus. Thank you, Dawn. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate it. Brain freeze. Thank you, Tish. Brain freeze. That's what I got. But the only thing, Tish, it lasted like more than that 5 seconds. You know when you get it and it goes away, you're like, go away. And it goes away quick. You're like, oh. But it lasts a little longer. You're like, oh, shit, now what do I got? Now what do I got? You know what I mean? What the hell's happening now? And then it lasted like 10 minutes. 10 seconds. Brain freeze. All right, I got to take this shit off. This drives me nuts. I don't care what my wife says, if she gets mad or not. It's got to come off. I need a rest. Doing pretty good, though, guys. The swelling went down. I just can't. I can do this. See? I could straighten my arm. The only problem is the tricep moved, so that's what they're concerned about. There's nothing here. It went from here to here. What the hell was I thinking 60 years old trying to do 60-pound triceps? What am I thinking? Because in my mind, I feel like I'm 20. But I like living here, Regine. I like it. But ask me when it's 120, I don't like it. I'm okay with 100, 105, 110. That's my cutoff, 110. I don't care if it's dry heat or not. Where's Scotty? I don't know. He was in Disneyland. Wasn't he at Disneyland yesterday? He likes the politics talk. He's a good guy. He's very supportive. But he likes debating and talking politics with us. Yeah, so he might be on another station talking. I get tired of it, guys. I know a lot of you know me from, I just get, it's like, what else can I talk about? You know, we're in a war. You know, I'm hearing that, you know, hopefully we get finished with it. You know, see that? I was able to tighten that up. I couldn't do that a couple of days ago. See that? Oh, a little bit of pain, not much. Like you guys care. All right. Anyhow, that feels better. Natalie Hopkins is in the house. Everybody say hello to Natalie Hopkins. How are you, Natalie? Good to see you guys on this Monday. Already Monday. Holy shit, the days go by. It was like Friday, the weekend, and now Monday. What do you guys think? I heard that. FBI raided Lindsey Graham's house today. I heard that. So what's going on with that? What is going on with Lindsey Graham with the FBI? It might just be protocol, you know. They doing their investigation, but like I said yesterday, Will we ever know the truth? I think if there's one president, whether you like President Trump, don't like President Trump, don't care about politics, if there's somebody who'll somewhat get the truth, if there's truth, it could just be a simple cardiac arrest, it'll be President Trump. So, but Natalie, everybody's saying hello, Natalie. Did I embarrass you, Natalie? Thank you, guys. Yeah, Matthew Jones. Collection of classified material. Absolutely. Oh, Mary, just made my night, Mary. Love you, Mary. Yeah, but Mary, I do it for myself because, I lost my father at a young age and my mom passed away and, certain like diabetes runs my family. But thank you, Mary. I just want to, I want to make sure that I don't get any diabetes like my father had or any heart problems. I mean, not to say you can work out all the time and people lose their lives over anything. They didn't dismiss Juice charges. I thought they did. Who that message came in from? Daniela. They didn't dismiss Juice. I thought they dismissed. I thought all charges are dismissed for the exception of Alex misdemeanor charge or gross misdemeanor. No, excuse me. Misdemeanor charge at his house. I think that's the only one that needs to be dismissed. I thought the Juice was dismissed. Juanita's was dismissed. Yeah, there's no guarantee, Marissa. I mean, we see people lose their life that are healthy. I had a trainer friend of mine. He was healthy, did great. There was no other chemicals in him, meaning steroids or anything like that. And he had a massive heart attack and died at 40, was it 45, 46, maybe 47, somewhere in that area. Update on the war. The last I heard is Chris was saying something that they're just continue. Iran is, first they're saying we're okay, we're not going to shoot any missiles, and they start shooting at other countries and threaten the President of the United States, threaten the United States of America, bullseye on, on Trump. And then we go ahead and continue bombing the hell out of their military. According to President Trump, we're getting really close, but then another day goes by, another week goes by. You guys know who I support, but at the same time, I'm starting to think they're all full of shit. It's like, I'm just impatient today, guys. Sorry. I'm just one of those days. I'm impatient. It's one of those days, if I did politics, I would call President Trump out. And I met him. I had a cup of coffee with him. But it's like, enough's enough. End this. Let's get over this. All right, what we got here? Yeah, so Will, that's one of the reasons, one of my 5 or 10 reasons why I just had blood work done, and thank goodness, no diabetes. My sugar level was good. But that's another reason that I try to work out. But then I do things like smoke cigars and drink Diet Coke. So, guys, look. Let me look at you all in the camera. You must enjoy your life. And I hate to repeat what our moms and dads said and our grandmoms said, our great-grandparents said. You guys remember your great-grandparents? I do. Moderation, right? Probably don't want to smoke 4 cigars a day. What's wrong with one? They say Diet Coke will cause this and that. My grandmom, she drank Diet Coke her whole life. She didn't die because of any, so who the hell knows? But it's great to feel good. If you like exercising, do it, If you like eating a Big Mac and fries like Joe's doing, enjoy it. If you want to have a Sunday, I believe it was Connie, do it. Or like I had. If you, as long as you're not hurting anybody, have fun. Have fun. Julie, how are you? Good to see Julie. How? Moderation. Absolutely, Ralph. And I know I called him out, Ralph, but just you know me by now, Ralph. I have no problem calling anybody out. Call myself out over and over. I eat bad for one day a week. Yeah. How the hell, Marissa? So I had my first client was an Italian client in Philly. Well, he didn't trade with me more than 2 days. You know what I said? I said, you shouldn't eat pizza. Who the hell? Here I am, a young guy with a lot more hair on my head. Who the hell am I saying don't eat pizza to an Italian? So, yeah, you have to have that fine line, Marissa. 1 or 2 days a week. I know you said 1, but I'm going to say 2. Love you right back. Yeah, well, Will, my dad had it he died in 1981. He was 39, Will. Having diabetes, like my daughter has, is a lot. We know a lot, but there's one thing we know a lot more of. Well, we know a lot more of a lot of stuff, guys, is diabetes. And he had insulin. And one thing he did wrong, Will, and my dad's looking down at me saying, was what? He liked to drink. He liked a few beers. I don't think he was an alcoholic, but you just can't drink when you have diabetes. So. Thanks for putting that in the chat, Regine. High five. I gotta use the other hand. So I use this. I got a little. So we had no call-ins tonight. No call-ins tonight. So once again, if guys are just coming in, we're just going over, trying to keep Nancy Guthrie's name out there, just throwing some stuff out there, and why somebody in the house. Did she ever make it back to the house? Did she ever get back into the house? Who was in Nancy's home? Nobody in Nancy's home. Was the perp high, drunk, or just relaxed because he knew that he was covered from all angles? He was covered from all angles. And then we're just going over the crime scene. I think I went over that. The crime scene was the porch, the garage, the driveway, the street, or at least the front of the street. I got to be careful when I say the whole street. Not the whole street, but the front of the street was all crime scene and was not ever a crime scene according to Pima County. So that's pretty much what we're talking about this evening, as we've been on for an hour and a half. Princess, how are you? Good to see you. You're back. I'll salute. There was no cameras in her house. They studied that place for a while. Joyce, absolutely, they studied that place. They were studying that place probably at least a dozen times, if not more. Absolutely. Kevin, how are you, Kevin? Good to see you, Kevin. How you doing on this Monday? Did Savannah leave the show again? Meaning today? Marissa? I didn't hear that today. I'm doing okay, Kevin. I didn't hear that, if she left the show today. Or you mean most recently? Thank you, Aaron. Aaron, did you slow down at work a little bit? Oh, for the summer. You know, but Marissa, I did hear officially now, though. Because remember, there was a lot of rumors and stuff. But I heard from my source, it was like a 99.9 that she was one of who called in for the YouTube streamers, that she was involved. It wasn't like she was personally, like she just says she didn't even know who they were, according to her, and according to my source, that she picked up the phone. She was one of the few of the other neighbors who said, hey, there's people continue to be in front of my mom's house, and I would like you to ask them to leave. That's what I heard. It wasn't like she was saying the words arrest them, but she was complaining and complaining. So, and I'd like to look at all the sides. I can see if that's true, and it probably was. I don't think they needed to arrest them, but that's over. And hopefully, someone said the Jew still had charges, but hopefully his gets dropped. Hey, Sal, I have to sing at a funeral for one of my best friend's mom. May she rest in peace. That's good. I mean, that's one way to look at it, Joe. They think very highly of you, I remember when, Joe, I want to share something with the chat, and I want everybody, if you want to laugh, laugh. So my uncle died before my mom, and so my one uncle is in law enforcement. The other uncle was involved with, and I loved them both. Anyhow, they asked me to, I was believe it or not, I was an altar boy and went to church and all that. I still do occasionally, but let me get to my topic. And they asked me to talk, and it was 100 degrees, Joe, in the chat, in Jersey, where he passed away at St. Francis of Assisi. And this is true. And the priest goes, hey, Sal, I remember you. Come back here. And he had a little wine. I said, you better give me more than a little bit. Because, one thing, a lot of things I'm not good at, but, I can talk. But I was grieving. And my uncle. And we all get nervous when you're a funeral. Or a wedding. But, you're grieving. And he had, I am not making this up, guys. I don't care what you believe. But hand to God, my uncle had the Godfather theme on. And I go up and make a speech. And I didn't have my glasses. And I had the Bible. And it all closed up on me. And all of a sudden, a wind came into the church. And it opened up that page, or right near it. It had a little... I said, oh, thank God. Now I had to pick up the whole Bible. Let's pretend this is a Bible. Bible's supposed to be... There we go. And I start... And anyhow, Joe, I didn't sing, but I was soaking wet. The suit had to go to the dry cleaners as soon as I went back. So, but yeah, it was... But you'll do good, Joe. And sorry to hear that about your friend's... it was your friend's mom. May she rest in peace, be with the Lord, and everlasting life. Yeah, I don't know how I got... It's crazy on how things work out. People can't explain when, you have shootings, and prayers with Toronto. I think it was a shooting in Toronto. There was chaos today. I think somebody lost their life somewhere today in Maine. But, we can't explain these things that happen in life. But then things like, simplest things like that Bible opening up. Because I would have never remembered it, I know the Hail Mary, our Father, and the New Testament, the Old Testament, but, I would have been lost. I would have been like bibbidi bop, bibbidi boop, bibbidi boop, But anyhow, that's a true story. It opened up, and the rest is now history. And my uncle's probably saying, I knew you can do it, kid. I knew you can do it. You weren't good at much, but you're a good talker. Oh, is that true, Joe? Oh, we got Vegas in the house. Yeah, let's meet up for some coffee. Creslin, I probably messed up your whole name. Sorry. Let's meet up for a coffee or a cigar or something. Anybody lives in Vegas, hit me up. Find me on Facebook. We'll meet up, have some coffee. Appreciate it. Vineland. St. Francis was in Vineland. My uncle in Vineland. Me and my mom were born in South Philly, but we all lived our lives in Vineland, Bridgeton. Millville, Cherry Hill. Palon's in the house. Palon, are you late? Or you been in here and I missed you? Flower Child. Yeah, we're gonna get to Sal's Sunday stories, or Sal's sit down, or there's too many sit downs. We'll spaghetti with Sal. We're gonna do that on Sunday. We were gonna do it this Sunday, and then we had that breaking news. Nobody called in tonight. Interesting. A slow night on the internet. Slow night in call-ins. Let's see who's online. Palon, you're late. Let's see who's online. Who is live right now? Sundays with Sal. There you go. Sundays with Sal. Nice and easy. That's what it was. Sundays with Sal. My neighbors are outside. I like that too, Sharon. Pump it with Sal. I like that too. I like that too, Joe. Joe, the singer, can sing. Forget about it. I can sing. Dude, I can sing. When this stinky war will ever be over. And Chris, we talked about it 2 nights ago, last night. Some people don't think it'll be over for another year. Pass the yunk. Margie, pass the yunk. I gotta lower my voice, guys. I had neighbors cleaning their backyard. God bless them. Thank you, Michelle. I mean, a lot of YouTubers are doing a great job keeping Nancy Guthrie's name out there, and that's great. I think it's great. Don't you guys think it's good? I mean, you know, at the same time, there's I want to cover the other crimes. We got that Bahamas situation with Hooker. Oh, is that right, Chris? Saudi has struck Iran tonight. Barber, I was doing triceps behind my head with 70 pounds, and I felt a burning, and I broke a small piece of bone, and I'm waiting now to see if the tendon was the part separated from the bone, and hope it's not. Who was killed today in Iran? The son who threatened Trump? Yeah, that Hooker case is heating up. Matter of fact, I'm going to look it up. Oh, what happened here? Oh, something. I just got notified for something. I got no internet now. I got no internet. I'm glad nobody can call. I got no, the internet's gone. It's crazy. Oh, here it is. The neighbors aren't watching you skinny dip. John, I don't have any thongs. They're all messed up. I might be jumping in that pool. I think I'm going to go in the pool as soon as the live's over. Yeah, I'm online here, but I try to get online. Yeah, I'm okay now. I want to look up. Was it Renee Hooker? Forget. And now I have no internet again. Oh yeah, Renee, wasn't it Renee Hooker? I think it was Renee Hooker, wasn't it? I might be going in there soon, Joyce. I might be getting the hell in there. Let me feel the pool. Should we feel the pool and see how warm it is? Let's see how the pool is. I think it's warm. Too dirty. Well, it's not that dirty. Oh, it's warm, yeah. Got a few bugs in there, but that's okay. Hola. YouTube. Yeah, live. You want to come on live? Yeah, live. We're talking about Nancy Guthrie, you know that lady, and missing in Tucson, Arizona. I've been talking about that. Sal Capano. Yeah. Capano, yep. Did you subscribe to me? Just put in Sal Capano and subscribe. Yeah, I'm live I'm live like 6 days a week. You can hear my big mouth, right?
Yeah, I think but I wasn't knowing if I wasn't on TikTok or
Yeah, it's YouTube. Yeah, I got 127 people watching now. Sometimes the most I had was 4,000. At 4,000, that was the most we ever had. I was covering the protest. Yeah. Yeah, subscribe. Thank you. My neighbor. Yeah. Marissa. How you like the weather tonight? You like the weather? It's going to rain. You think it's going to rain? I hope so. It's time to jump in the pool. Regina, I'm nobody. I'm just an Italian who likes to have a little fun. And you know, though, I got to tell you though, what you see is what you get. So I go to the gym, and this guy walks by me. He goes, "Hey, I know who you are." I'm like, "Yeah, I've been a trainer here for 30 years." "No." I said, "I used to box in Philly." He goes, "No, you have a YouTube channel. You talk a lot about Trump, don't you?" I said, "Yeah." "I like it." I said, "Okay." It's kind of funny, but it's kind of crazy that, you know, people say, you know, they start noticing me, you know, the algorithm gets out there in Vegas a little bit. So, and also, when my wife's car broke down, I was at the body shop at the Ford dealer a year and a half ago, before I got the new car. No, yeah. He goes, "Hey, you support Trump, don't you?" I said, "Well, I call him out." You know, he goes, "I don't." I'm like, "Oh, shit. Now you're going to be working on my car." He goes, "No, I'm just your service advisor. But I like what you do for the homeless." I said, "Oh, thank you." And then I threw him a few fazools, and he was okay. Yeah, I know, Connie. Yeah, we hit it all pretty good. I don't see him too much live anymore. I'm gonna check. I have to check up on him. I have his number. I'm gonna text him to see if he's okay, Connie. The questions about Ted Investigates. Yeah, I know he used to box too. He's from Chicago. Baker Gang 88. What's going on? How are you? Hot jalapeno. Speaking of that, when JLR took us out, those jalapenos there was good. The Brazilian steakhouse, that was good. That was fun. Those guys are so fun. I don't care what anybody says. They're good people. Well, none of us are perfect, but they're good people. I had so much fun with those guys. I can do it again and again. I hope I can go on a cruise with those guys. Yeah, I think, Connie, he was on our live. He came on this live 4 nights ago. And then I text him. He goes, I'm sorry about your elbow. So I'm assuming he's okay. But I'm going to reach out because I wanted to do a live with him. We were going to do like a live together. Not on Nancy Guthrie. We're just going to do like Chicago, Philly kind of thing. And he didn't get back to me on that. I know he was doing Bible studies, which was great. Everybody needs to hear some religion. And so I'll reach out to Ted. I did. I told him, I said, hey, you guys going on the cruise, you got to take me. You got to take Uncle Sal here in Vegas. So I did reach out, and they said yes. They said yes. Me and somebody on a JLR also talked about it. Nurse, thank you so much. Forget about it. $10 donation. It may be hot, but I got to have my coffee. You know what? You know what to do, Sal. Yeah, so Nurse, thank you so much. When Nurse throws the donations in, a lot of people like Nurse from Bama says, make sure you give them a little coffee. We don't care how hot it is, how bad the haters talk to you. There's something about a nice cup of coffee, particularly in the morning, that the homeless people love to have. We're going to continue, Nurse. Thank you. Sharon says, are you taking Maribel to the cruise? No, she's staying home. I don't know, Sharon. I don't know if she wants to go, if the guys are going to take their girlfriends or wives. I know Ted's married. Iced coffee, Mama, they like that too. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Hot jalapeno, you just got a gifted membership from you know who, Joe. Shout out to Joe. Thank you once again, Joe, for the memberships. Appreciate it. Hot jalapeno, just like that, comes on, and bada boom, bada bing, gets a gifted membership for 30 days, 1 month. Or 31 days. Hot jalapeno says, thank you, Joe. Mary, have a good night. Absolutely, Connie. They just get Connie in the chat, what Nurse is saying. There's something it does to the brain. Now, some can have caffeine, so I ask them, got some caffeine in here, but majority of the times they have no problem with a little coffee. It just makes them feel like, I don't know, that they belong. How's that? They belong. It makes them feel that they're hypnotized from being on the street. Who knows what that cup of coffee can do? I know a lot of these are probably saying, well, no, they'd rather have $2, $5, $10. Sure they do, absolutely. But yeah, coffee just does something. Not for kids. You going to bed already? It's early. Have a good night. It's not too hot today. It's more humidity. I feel the humidity here. It's like, I bet you in Vegas, it's about 40% humidity right now. Look at the sky. You want to see the sky? You can tell it wants to rain. It wants to rain. Look at that. It's like, where the hell's the rain? Rain. Oh, that's why my shoulder hurts. I have a bad shoulder too, guys. My toes hurt. Of course, the elbow. No sunset, but Vegas has one of the best sunsets in the States. Las Vegas has one of the incredible sunsets. 101 heat index in Minnesota. Wow. I heard Florida's really hot today. Yeah, not for kids. It's not for kids before you go to bed. I almost rather have the humidity that it might rain, and I think it will rain, not for kids. I know you want to go to bed, than that hot 115. That's my opinion. My pleasure, Debbie. I appreciate the helping the homeless. My son was that way. Something in my eye. You agree, not for kids? According to the meteorologists here in Las Vegas, we're supposed to have a chance of rain 30 to 40% tomorrow and Wednesday, with some light winds coming out of the southwest. Wow, we got 161 likes tonight, guys. Let's get 200 likes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. Once again, if you're coming in late, we're chit-chatting a little bit. We're covering Nancy Guthrie. Going back in times, wondering if there's somebody in the house, why the perp was so relaxed, so on and so forth. Where's Nancy? Why Nancy? Why so long? Why over 5 months and no DNA coming back? Does the FBI have a suspect or suspects? And that's the things we are discussing tonight, along with some humidity and weather. Yeah, I don't know how you do it there in Minnesota. I remember living in Jersey and Philly when it was 90 degrees and the heat index was 104, humidity 80%. Oh man, all you do is sweat. You take a shower, you get ready to go eat, and you got to take another shower waiting for the women to get ready. And then you take another shower when you come home. But I'd rather have the humidity. Let me continue. I'd rather have the humidity than the 115 dry, scorching heat of Las Vegas desert. A little 90s in Chicago this week, but that's normal for this time of the year, Michelle says. Well, it is summer, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, it is summer. So I don't think there's any perfect spot unless you're living in San Diego. And I think it's even warm there. So there's no escape when we get into July and August. July and August, no escape. Then that's it. My skin was a little moist today. Yeah. Capano from Delaware. No relation. You're referring to Thomas Capano? He was a Scotia, that guy. There was no relations from that guy who put that woman in the Delaware Bay. I remember that story. They investigated me because, anyhow, I'm not going to get into it, but no relations. He was no friend of mine, no family of mine, but same last name. I remember asking my grandfather, is there any relations? And they said no. Next subject. That guy was a wacko. Or how's JLR say? Wackadoodle? Yeah, I don't even want to discuss that. That was a shame. That was a beautiful woman. And correct me if I'm wrong, meatballs. Or not meatball. Sorry. Meat bat. Meatballs. Correct me if I'm wrong, he was a married man. And I think he was having an affair. Yeah. But I remember when that story broke, and I was getting investigated. They were investigating me because I was a casino marketing and a host, and I was trying to get my key license in Atlantic City, and I had trouble because of the same name. And back then there was a lot more organized crime going on. He wasn't an organized crime. He was a wackadoodle. He was a piece of shit. Yeah, it was an affair. There was more to it, but that was the biggest reason. Well, yeah, that was a talking crime. That was something you didn't hear about in Delaware that much. And then that happened. And then it had to have the exact same spelling. Do I still support Trump? I do right now, yes. Oh, I missed that, Joe. You know, I missed that sound. I missed the orange cream, the red, white, and blue ice. The ice. I missed that. You know, Joe, where they have it at? Puerto Rico still has it. Puerto Rico still has the ice cream man. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I did okay with that, Connie, too. And then I got burned out. Oh, Connie, I got tired of it. Oh, is that right, Marissa? That's good. That's good stuff. Yeah, I kind of like this. I mean, I know we're off topic again tonight. It's all about Nancy Guthrie, and I pray and hope that they find the remains of Nancy Guthrie and justice for the family. But it's great talking about the good old days, huh? Ice cream man. No more ice cream man. But Puerto Rico does have an ice cream man. Mr. Softy. Yes. I love the sound of that. I love when the lightning bugs in my neck of the woods. We had lightning bugs, and that's when I knew the ice cream man was on his way. David Lee Roth was an ice cream man. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Thanks for sharing that with us. Yeah, I remember Mr. Softy. There was Mr. Softy, and there was Ice Cream Man. And then we had the Italian bread delivery. That didn't last long. No defense when I say this, guys, at all. We had the Jehovah Witnesses back in the 70s. My father says, who the hell is that? My mom says, the Jehovah Witness. Get the hell out of here. Tell them not to knock on that damn door that hard. True stuff, guys. Is that right, Marissa? Thanks for sharing that. Ice Cream Man was a song by Van Halen. I'm trying to remember it. I can remember the Jehovah Witnesses knocking on the door. My mom says, let him in, Salvi. My dad's name was Sal. They used to call him Salvi. He goes, no, I'm not letting them in. It's time to eat. Let's eat. And if they knock one more time, I'm going to tell them to get the hell out of here. And my mom said, stop it. Stop it. Let them in. They never came in. Jehovah Witnesses. All right. Yeah, the lightning bugs. The lightning bugs. That's how I knew the ice cream man was coming. I remember the ice. I used to like the red, white, and blue, the big ice, and break your teeth in it. I remember I better not say it. Never mind. Well, nah. All right. Now, we'll save that story for Sundays with Sal. I know that, Sharon. I know that. I met his sister here in Las Vegas. The Jacksons were Jehovah Witness. I have nothing against them. I don't think my dad did either. He didn't like anybody knocking on the door. He didn't care if you were Italian knocking on the door. He said, when you're eating dinner, don't answer the door. Do they really, Joyce? We've had them come around here once, maybe in 2 years. Here in Vegas, you normally get the Mormons. They knock on the door. Hello. Who's this?
Oh, my name's Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Talking to you
What's
Well,
going?
I had a question to ask you.
Uh-oh.
Something that's been on my mind.
All right.
Uh, yeah, I'm living in northeast Kansas City, Missouri. Have been here for a long time. My family's been here for a long time. And
Let me ask you this though: how
they
far is
made
that?
a movie about where I am and where you are,
Right.
and it was called Casino.
Casino?
What's that?
What was it called? Casino.
Yep,
With Robert
Yep.
with Robert De Niro?
by Scorsese.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. And the Kansas City part wasn't just Kansas City in general. It was about the northeast Kansas City, which almost it's kind of like a city off to itself, sort of like the Bronx and the rest of New York. I mean, it's a city that's self-contained.
Got it. You described that
and-
well.
And in Casino, what the mob would do, they would skim money from the casinos, bring it to the Northeast, which was run by the Caravallos. That was a family, a mob family.
Right.
And then it would be dispersed to the 5 families.
That's exactly the way it worked.
And that was... I've been around mobsters.
Yeah.
My cousin, beautiful gal, even though she's family, she looks like my aunt and my mother and my grandmother. I mean, she's family. But to other men, she's gorgeous. And she's been hit on by mobsters, and she don't like it.
Do you know why they choose? You know why they choose Kansas City though, right?
Why is that?
Why they choose Kansas City?
Yeah, was that something you were going to tell me, or are you going to?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Why did they choose Kansas City?
I don't really know. You're careful about what you ask people here in this area who might be
They had a good
connected or.
It's not that. It was because they enjoyed the homegrown barbecues there, and they thought
Am I
that
connected? Just careful.
they enjoy the food. I've been to Kansas City.
Kansas City is mostly Hispanic now. Very Hispanic. You don't see Italian influences here. Once upon a time, you did.
Well, before you did though. Before there was mostly.
What's that?
Back in the day, in the 70s and the early 80s, you had more Italians than Latinos. No disrespect to the Latinos, but yes.
You have.
Yeah.
Yeah, there used to be a. Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah. Mostly Northeast Kansas City is Latino now.
Yeah.
But the question I had to you is, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
What I wanted to ask, like I have been around individuals, let's just say, that are connected. I've never been around somebody who's made. I've been around people who are related to connected. Let's just call them that. The local government, the feds and the local offices around here have been pretty good about stamping them out.
Mm-hmm.
I actually worked for a guy who got arrested who was affiliated and was using the company I was working in as a vehicle for their operations. I mean, I saw him get all the way by the feds in handcuffs. Yeah, I've been around them. I just don't know, though, still, why ever since the movie Little Caesar, going all the way back, I guess, maybe to the 1930s or 20s,
Yeah.
have people been fascinated by the mob. You have The Sopranos, you have Pulp Fiction. You can go on for a week naming media, movies, television shows that are about mob, and I tell you, they're not good people.
But
They are ruthless.
I will agree with you. But let me just
the morals of sharks.
let me pause you for a second, though. But you talked about. I agree.
You know,
the casino, though, is the most
if you're
realistic.
In their way, if you're disposable, you're out. You're done in.
Right. But can I say something? The casino movie.
We don't really have that here anymore.
Well, that's good, right? Hello. I think we lost the caller.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. I just wanted to say before we get cut off, you were saying the movie.
What about it?
The casino was the most realistic of the movies.
I'm only getting a little bit of you.
Let me do this. I'll continue on the chat. Don't go anywhere. Just listen to me. And I agree on what you said, but you were talking about the movie Casino. I'm going to talk about it now with the chat. Yeah, the call. Sorry, guys. The call was breaking up. I was just going to say that movie Casino was the most realistic of organized crime with the Chicago outfit and the Kansas City, which the caller alluded to, with Oscar Goodman, who is still alive. His wife was the mayor, both of them were mayors. It was based on money being brought to the five families, etc. But Robert De Niro, who played, that part, it's that street called Sahara. If you ever come to Las Vegas, that was all based on true, where they try to blow up the Cadillac. It was a pink Cadillac, I believe, in the movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he was, it was all bulletproof. But that was probably the closest of the movie of telling some of the facts that one happened here in early years of Las Vegas. And if it wasn't for the organized mob, the Italians, the Jewish mob, then there would be no Vegas. So that's why we have a mob museum here. And now you fast forward and you have a whole nother generation. Gambling's hanging by a thread. Shows kind of run its course. People dress up with shorts and pajamas to go in a casino. Years ago, you had to wear a hat. Women had to wear a nice dress. And now it's all changed. It's just all finished. As far as Las Vegas goes. It's sad, yeah, it's sad. The mob wives, man, I don't know what they did to them. Well, here I go, the judge. So let me shut up. I just said they went a little maybe too far on plastic surgery. To each his own, though. But yeah, it makes you laugh. Yeah, there's lights and everything. I used to do a few lives on the strip and walking up and down, but it's so it gets so congested on the weekend. It's just nuts. But Frank Galata, who I smoked a cigar with, was the last mob living from the Chicago outfit in Las Vegas. And he passed away. I think I talked about this, and we'll talk about it more on Sunday, or on organized crime. He was also a rat. He also ratted out some guys. So anyhow, we'll leave it at that. Sal, here's how I see. You want me to tell you what's going to happen? Right now, Atlantic City will always have something that Vegas doesn't have, and that's an ocean. And but I don't see any new casinos opening up in the near future. Everybody's behind their phones. The next generation is not gambling. Gaming revenue down in Las Vegas like 62%. The only way they're making it right now is because of conventions. And let's put it this way. I think about like 10 years from now, that's why Vegas turned into a city. That's why they connected with all the 4 sports. Well, 3 sports, with the A's opening up next spring. And you have the hockey and football, and then basketball is in the oven. Because gambling has kind of run its course, and the next generation is just not gambling. They're not drinking. They'll spend their money at pool parties. I could do a whole live on Vegas. I mean, even when I moved here in 1999, from 1999 to like 2010, it was amazing. I could tell you guys some stories on another live. It was amazing stories. I mean, just going into a nightclub, you had to pull out a $100 bill, and we're talking a $100 bill back in 2004 is like $400 now, maybe $5, right? To get in. It was nuts. And the security guards in the casinos were making over $150,000 a year in 2004, 2005, 2006. They changed all that. So yeah, Vegas is taking a turn that I just don't know. Not just Vegas, but Atlantic City, Connecticut. And another thing is you have Macau, and the Chinese people love to gamble. And when that opened up Macau, that was a big a hit for Las Vegas, Atlantic City, and Connecticut. And you got casinos in Philadelphia, and you got casinos almost in every state. I think there's only 2 states that don't have any kind of casinos run by either Indian reservation or state casinos, and that's Alabama and Utah. And I wouldn't be surprised if they'll pass it, because it's all about money. Mark, if you go in a casino tonight, it's a Monday. If I go back just 10 years ago, Mark, 15 years ago, chat, you had people playing. Now, you see maybe 2 or 3 people at a blackjack table. Exception of the local casinos. It's dead. And it's just the way it is. Will it change on the next generation? Maybe. Yes. The shuffle, the heart of the Shuffle Master card machines. I remember when they came out, Connie. And as far as sports, Mark, I know you didn't ask this question, but if there's a casino that opens up tomorrow, which I don't think there will be, why have a sports room? You don't need it. All you need is a machine and a phone. You don't need it. Why have to pay for all those people at a sports room? Don't need it. So anyhow, we'll talk about that another time. Sabby, how are you? Is that right, Connie? Wow. Love you, Victor. What'd I do without Victor? Boy, we have a great... I know you hear this in other chat rooms, and when they say that, it's because they're correct. We have a great community here. We really do. So, here's the water. Forget about it. It's all over. Everything's done. The next generation doesn't even know how to play a slot machine. Oh, is that right, Mark? So, Tony Alama, who is the godfather of Mandalay Bay, he recently died. It's been a year already. It just breaks my heart to see on how Vegas has changed. Now you have NASCAR. What is it called? What the hell is it called? Formula One. You have. It's like it doesn't even look like Vegas when Formula One's here. So it's all upside down. Drita, how are you? Horse, you don't see guys. I remember to get old timers, I was going to say Italians, all people, not just Italians, with their stogie. You can't even smoke a cigar in the sports room. Horses, they're hanging by a thread because a couple things. The 80-year-olds are too old to go to the casino. I'm the cutoff, 60, and the next generation don't even know how to bet horses. So I guess it's a kind of a good thing. I don't know how you look at it. Depends how you look at it. Oh, man. Really, Chris? That's how you know we're getting old, when you see so many people that you grew up with or knew or followed, and they passed away. Oh, I know, Marissa. I know. I remember, yeah. Yep, 1966. That's me. Yeah, I remember when I moved here, it was nuts. The lines to get into a club, the lines to go to a pool party, the Lion King show. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Now it's not many shows. Not magic. No magic. Well, you have Chris Angel and Carrot Top. But we got 1967 in the house, 1966 in the house. Times have changed. You can say that. I do remember Cherry Hill, New Jersey horse race track, Victor. I remember betting for the first time a horse. I know you're not going to believe this, Victor. I think I bet $4. My grandfather goes, "Don't pick that horse." And I hit. It was like $67, $72, Victor. Back then it was good money. And I remember I saved that money a whole year long. Oh, you're older than me, Connie, by a couple months. Let me rub it in, Connie. Let me rub it in a little bit. Mine's in September. Right behind you. Cherry Hill. Yeah. Cherry Hill don't mess around, man. You got to have little Fazools to live in Cherry Hill. Drita, 1966. What was that? What month? April. Tars the Bull, 1966. Got 1968 in the house. We got 68, 66, 67. Anybody from 1965? I'm going to turn the light on, guys, and we'll stay live for a little bit longer. 1971. I was 6 years old. 5 years old. 5 years old. I can't even subtract. Let's see if my neighbor's in here. 1952, 1959, 1966, 1965, there we go. Marine Girl, born in December of 1965. Interesting, Chris. March of 1960. Girls don't tell their age. Some do. Oh, 115, 117. Yeah, wasn't there? I think the oldest guy is. Let's look up the oldest guy. I think the oldest man was 128. Who was the oldest person alive? Ethel Gatorham from the United Kingdom. He's born August 21st, 1909. Excuse me. Ethel is a woman. Sorry, I stand correct. She's 116 years old. Wow. Wow. If my mind's good, let me go to 116. Yes or no? If your mind is good and you can move, remember President Trump or Elon Musk? He was saying there was people collecting Social Security. They were collecting Social Security and they were 180 years old. What the hell are they talking about? 70s chicks is in the house. 70s chick. 116 years old. Where's my neighbor? Is my neighbor in here? Janine, imagine that. 116. Princess is back. Forget about it. You're stealing our money. Yeah. That we're taking our money. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? We work hard and they're taking our money. 30% of our money. I thought there was somebody in Italy who was 125, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Amen, Sir Daniel. 70s chick, it was Lindsey Graham, passed away yesterday. Neighbor just passed, 103. God bless. I mean, that's pretty damn good, right? My grandmom was the oldest. She was 99. She was 99, but she wasn't in good health. My mom was 79. My dad was 39. My grandparents on the other side were in their 80s. Double tap the screen, people. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. What else is going on? My wife made lasagna tonight. Victor, I appreciate you in so many ways. I really mean that. Thank you so much, Victor. Connie, that's crazy. My wife made lasagna tonight. She makes a good lasagna. But my wife does a good job. My wife makes the best linguine and clam sauce. Me, I make a good sauces and peppers. And my grandma on the Sicilian side made spaghetti and peas. Now, a lot of you probably know what spaghetti and peas. That is so good. Everybody had their dish. Wow, your great-grandmother, she was 106, Chris. That's good for you. Wow. In Italian, we say mud on. Like, my God, that's amazing. I hear you, Sir Daniel. Wow, 70s chick, 103. From Sweden. I'm hungry, Marissa. Sounds so damn good. Manja gutta goals, as Steve says. What that means for YouTube, just in case YouTube has an AI and they think it's a bad word, man, they watch. Manja means eat, and gutta goals means eat everything. Yeah. Yeah, I had something the other day. It says, want to know what that word was I was talking about. I said, look it up. Oh, that spaghetti and peas were good. Connie, I can taste it right now. The peas melting with the pasta and the cheese. The provolone cheese I used to like. The sharp. The one that smells like feet. Give it all. Put it all over the peas. Give me a little wine. Give me the white and the red. And we didn't drink it in a fancy wine glass. We had a regular glass. That's how we did it. If my grandfather and grandmoms on both sides seen the wine glasses that we have, not we had, Sal, we have, they are turning over on their grave. Mangia gutta gol, Sarah. It means eat and eat everything. If you're an Italian, when my wife sat down and my grandmom said to eat, and my wife didn't eat it all, my wife went to the bathroom. She says, what's the matter? She doesn't like our food? She's got to eat it all. I'm trying to tell her and keep quiet. Finally had that chance. I said, you got to eat it all. She said, I can't eat anymore, Sal. Got to eat it. But then she got up and washed the dishes. As soon as my wife got up to wash the dishes, my grandma goes, go marry her. I said, whoa, marry her? I don't even know her. She washed the dishes. I said, okay. All right. I think you had to be Italian or Jewish or Irish to know what the hell's going on. Maybe African American. Maybe Latino. Maybe everybody, right? When a woman washes those dishes, there was no dishwashers back then. That's a good thing. Doesn't mean they're perfect, but that was good. And for the men, if they don't open the door, and we're not talking about all the shit we have now, the gizmo, the keys, you can open your damn door from your damn phone. We're talking about literally open that door for a woman, that car door. He's not going to be the perfect man, but he might be okay and respect you. That's true. If you didn't open that door on the first date, get rid of him. I don't care how good looking he is. Oh, the weather is humidity and a little chance of rain, but it hasn't rained yet from Florida. Lou, was that Lou? Lou Perkins, yeah. I hope Florida's. I heard, hey Lou, I heard Florida's hot. Heat indexes, I heard, is a 103. Lou? Oh, good. Let's have one together, Lou. Light it up. Because I'm almost done and I'm out of cigars. I love you. Dishwasher's cheaper. You know, Marissa, in the chat, our dishwasher broke 6 months ago. I went to get it. It was $400. I said, whoa, there's some things for it. I said, I don't need a damn dishwasher. We can do without it. My wife just gave me that look. You know the look that the women give? Like you're cheap? You know that look? There's a look that the women have. It's like this. You know? Like, but no, seriously, guys, we used to wash the dishes. I like washing dishes. There's no problem washing dishes. You know? Why do we really need a dishwasher? Why do we even need a washer and dryer? The old days, we got by, right? Thank you. See if I can pronounce it. I'll just call you Sal. Salina, girl, 69. Yeah, why do we need that stuff? And you got to buy the soap, that little, what do you call it? What do you call it? What do you call it? The pods. That's not cheap. $10, $14. Got to put those in there. And then the dishwasher breaks. I have to go on YouTube because I don't want to call a plumber because I'm cheap. So I go on there and hit my head and put the YouTube on and got to give them a comment because I'm a YouTuber. Thank you very much. And I fixed the damn dishwasher. Pain in the ass. It's thundering. Oh, bring that thunder here, Connie. Yeah, pods. Damn pods. They're expensive. $12.99, $9.99. I love it, Mr. Mikey. There you go. Paper plates. What's wrong with paper plates? And real quick, Mr. Mikey, and the real good paper plates, you can wash them off and use them again. You can wash them off Tell me how many people on here use paper plates every now and then because you get tired of the dishes and washing and this, that, whatever. Use the damn paper plate and wash them 2-3 times. When I was young, I used to have a habit, I still have a habit, of grabbing 3-4 napkins. I want everybody to listen. And my grandfather said, hey, what are you doing? 1 napkin, 1. And I said, okay, I use it. I'll eat my spaghetti with peas or the gravy all over the place. I go grab another one. No, turn that napkin over and use the other side. I'm like, Grandpa, because you wait till you get older. Those napkins cost 49 cents. He should see what the napkins cost now. Crazy how we take things for granted. 189 likes. Thank you, Joe. And you're one of those likes. I used to take 3-4 napkins. I used to turn the light on and off in the house. I used to open the refrigerator 50 times a day. My grandfather said, hey, that's the electric. The electric bill is going to be $25 next month. $25? Try $295, $300 in the summer in Vegas. That's old school stuff, guys. That's all gone now. No more. Now napkins only last a week in our house. Yeah, Connie, you're right. Yeah, he'd wash those Ziploc bags and use them for the next month until the Ziploc bags had a hole in them. That's how they did it. You're Betty Anderson. Amen. Yeah, that's why all these kids, not all the kids, but you know what I mean, majority of these kids are lazy. They're good kids. They're beautiful kids, right? We have beautiful kids. They're smart, real smart, but they're lazy. Some. My son's so damn lazy. I love him. Smart. His damn battery was dead in the car a couple weeks ago. He had to wait for me to come home to jump the damn car, go to the battery place, and talk for the guy and tell him to tip the guy. He was like, why do you got to tip the guy? Why? They're putting a battery in your car. I'm not doing it. I'm too damn old. Tip the guy. They didn't even know how to jump the damn car. To be honest, I forgot how to jump the car. It's been so many years. All right, let's see. I'll read a few more. They got no ambition, these kids. They're beautiful, though. And none of them like Trump. Trump is mean. I said, give me another reason aside from mean. Teach these kids instead of doing everything for them. Exactly, Betty. Exactly. Updates on Mitch. I don't know. Is he's still stable in a hospital? Chris? Mitch McConnell? Let's see. Let's see, Chris. Sorry, guys. I had some cigar in my mouth. I apologize. Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell. Here he is. He's still in the hospital. He's doing okay. According to NBC, Washington Post, CNN, and Fox, that he's stable. Did I name all of them? Regine, how did I notice somebody was going to say that? Regine, as soon as I was reading it, I got the chills, Regine. I know you're laughing. How did I know somebody was going to say that's an AI picture? I knew it. I knew it, but I don't know. Maybe. Is that an AI in the chat? Put a 1 if that's AI. Put a 2 if it's not. Put a 3, you're not sure yet. AI. Fake. Not sure. Where's Mitch McConnell? Where's they have him at? Is he hiding out? What's going on? They're all getting old, guys, you know? So are we. Out looking for Jimmy Hoffa. Oh, did they prove it already? It's AI? Basement. They touched it up, Rebecca says. I love you guys. Mitch still in the hospital and doing well. I wish him well. I wish them all well. I was the first. Let me tell you something. You know, you guys know I was not 1% for Joe Biden. But I was the first person to come out when they said he was, and he had prostate cancer. I said, hey, slow down. That's a human being, the president of the United States. Well, Trump's the president when he got sick. But yeah, they're a. I'm not a big fan of Mitch McConnell, but I wish him well. I wish him well. Speedy recovery. Is that right, Victor? Right now? There's always something going on. Bang. Cock. Bangkok. God. Oh shit. Wow, 27 deceased. That was 2 hours ago? No, 10 hours ago. More than 2 dozens of people were killed when a fire broke out at a bar in Bangkok late Sunday night, spreading quickly and apparently sending many patrons fleeing towards the bathrooms at the back of the venue where they were deceased. Dozens of others were injured. Wow, what a shame. Thank you, Victor. Seems like a lot of stuff is happening in the last couple of days, right? And then it kind of calms down and then... Julie back in. We got 197 likes, guys. Hey, thank you so very much. I mean that. Appreciate you guys chit-chatting a little bit on this Monday. We started this live talking, once again, keeping Nancy Guthrie's name out there and going over, just going back in time on exactly my perspective and others' perspective, what's going on. Was there anybody in the house? Was there anybody waiting outside the house? My neighbor's working. She's cleaning, mopping around. Drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. This drives me nuts too. It's the Virgo in me, guys. I can't take it. And it's humidity. Yeah, Connie, I try to put a little entertainment, and there's no entertainment about, any kind of kidnapping, Nancy Guthrie. It's like, it drives me nuts too. But we have a good chat, and we mix it up a little bit. And when we go long like this, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, yeah, Victor. Drita, yeah. Absolutely. Salute. Man, I can go for a beer, but I can't mix it with the leave. Mike's still here. 200 likes. We did it. That's not bad. Not bad, Mike. Not bad. How many subscribers do we have now? How many subscribers? Let's see. I never look. I usually don't look. I'm not going to look. Somebody else can look it up. In Italian, it's a Maloik. Let it go. All right. Joshua, Kenneth, how are you tonight? Thank you. Appreciate you. 200 likes. You're one of them, right? 48,000. Wow, not bad. Not bad. For an Italian? Come on. For an Italian? Whoa, Victor. Being helpful for those less fortunate. Thank you, Victor. We'll go ahead and forward your donation, your $5 donation, all your support. Thank you for communicating with me to be hydrated and soda hydrated. Thank you so much, Victor. 48,000. Not bad. I'm trying to catch my friend Joey in South Philly. He's got like 80,000. No, he's got a lot. But he had a lot of help. Tony Lynn, how are you? She's still cleaning, mopping, sweeping. Keep a buck. What's going on? I can't move. Keep a buck. I'm out of mission. Oh, 100,000. That'd be amazing. We're almost halfway there, Connie. Godfather Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. She did good too. I mean, two more thousand. No. Another 200. We're halfway there. What's going on in Virginia? Savvy 7, have a good night. Hey, God bless. Have a good night. Have a great Tuesday. Be safe. Oh, that'd be great. 75. That'd be nice. Nicey nice. Keep on moving. Bringing in new people. That's what it's all about, guys. It's all about you guys chit-chatting. And at the end of the day, we can help out the homeless each and every day. For those who are new to the channel, I really enjoy helping them out. It's not perfect all the time, but we can put a smile on their face. And some of them, we get them into shelters. Skinny Joey's have you hate. He's got the best cheesesteaks in the world. In the States. Probably the world. Hey, Simon, I appreciate it. Hey, Sal, I started watching after you were hanging out with JLR, and he took you to that all-you-can-eat Brazilian restaurant. Like your vibe, and so I appreciate it. Yeah, he's good people. I don't care what the haters say about him. They rip me apart, too. He's good people. Who the hell was I? Who the hell was me to take me out? You know, to take us out and open up his wallet. And hey, he's just a good person. And he's funny. He doesn't know he's funny. So I'm glad you came on board with me. $204 likes. Yeah, it was real nice of him. Simon for president was very, very nice. Good personality. He's got to smile more, though. I tried to get him to laugh a little bit, and I did off camera. I got to smile more. But he's, other than that, he's good people. Rebecca, it's my pleasure. Thank you for all your help. Thank you, each and every one of you, who's come on and share the. keep sharing those short video guys every now and then. It helps bring in more people so we get more support. So thank you so much for sharing out the all the videos, but particularly the homeless. No, he's the best. Keep a buck. He's the best. He's the best in cheesesteaks. Joyce, Joyce, I don't know if I'm going to put words in JLR, but I think he said something in the line of that. But Vegas is different, Joyce. It's good. The one I took him was good. So, yeah, all those guys were good. I continue to say, I tell it as it is. All those guys that I met were good people. You know, Alex, he's like a big teddy bear, funny. And then Ted. That's funny, Joe. That's funny, Chris. But the Brazilian steakhouse in Vegas, Joyce, it's good. I took my daughter there for her birthday. A couple other friends took me out. It's always consistent. I mean, have I had better? Yes, but you know, it's not bad. In Vegas, Joyce. So you need to come to Vegas and try it out here, and then we can debate. I appreciate you guys coming on from other stations, whether it's JLR or 857 Tucson. I haven't met. He's got a pretty good audience. He's a nice guy too. He's really. Everybody's got different personalities. You know, he's a calm, collective. He's funny in some ways too. I like it when people are funny, but they don't know they're funny. That 857 Tucson, he's good people. He's a smart guy too. Have I eaten it? Yeah. It's okay, Connie. It's good. On a 1 to 10, Connie, 10 being good, I'll give it a 5.5. You know, a little pricey for that place, but it's okay. Yeah, Ted never got to ride the horse. The horse. It's getting late. The bull. He didn't get to ride the bull, Ted, because they were streaming or something, I think. Simon, you know what they say? When people leave Vegas, they come back. I read that study, Simon, and I don't believe in a lot of studies. It came out of UNLV. There was like 65% of the people, Simon, that leave Las Vegas because of job or loss of loved one, or they just get tired of it. It's like 65% come back to Vegas. Yeah, I'm laughing right now, Connie. It's something like that, Simon, for president. Yeah, it's crazy because people miss the number one thing, Simon, is the weather. Even though the July and August is hot, they just miss the rest of the year. And they also miss on how, you know, you got Targets, you got Walmart, you got Whole Foods, you got fast foods, good foods, whatever the hell you want. You can walk in a casino and make a sports bet and all that above. Mountains and hiking and camping like I do. 215 likes, we're almost there. That's crazy. We're at 210. I appreciate you guys notifying me because I'm looking at the comments, and then occasionally I'll look up and see where we're at on time, and I'll see the likes. But thank you. That's good, Simon. Yeah. There's so many good restaurants here, Simon. The only problem, Simon, being an Italian, there's only a few good ones because I'm real picky and I'm from Philly and Jersey, but there's some good ones. But we got everything else. Good steakhouse and good Italian food. I take it back. Just you can't find like polenta here. You can't find crab and spaghetti in Vegas. You can't find good garlic bread and cannolis. You can't find. She's still cleaning. The one serve. How are you? She's still cleaning. Cleaning. Neighbor. Cleaning. Subscribe to our channel. Neighbor. Pretty wild. Sabria. Love my neighbors. I got great neighbors. one smokes cigars, postman only rings once, or is it twice? And then next door, both cigars and Trump supporters. I'm only kidding. I know how to get the chat going. Sal, I liked you. As soon as you said Trump, I gotta go. I'm sure you do, Marissa. You guys should have seen me when it was politics and there was Trump signs, Biden signs. I'd walk by, hello. I go to the Biden and say, hello, God bless. So you're a Biden supporter? Say, okay, good. I got along good. You guys thought I was going to say something else, right? Everybody got along. No problem. No problem. Sal, how can I continue the membership after the month? First of all, Connie, you don't have to do anything but pay taxes, go with the Lord. I just love having you here, Connie. You should get notified, though. It'll probably notify you saying your membership's over in 24 hours. Sal's got you 10 seconds to sign back up. Once you're in, you can't get out. I'm just kidding, Connie. Yeah, it should notify you. And that was very nice of Joe, by the way. Shout out to Joe. And I knew Joe was going like this. He was singing tomorrow. No problem. Memberships every night. It should notify you, and you should be able to renew it. But you don't have to. $214 likes and 120 in the chat. Having a good time, guys. We'll stay live for a few more minutes. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I got to hydrate. Victor normally reminds me. We'll stay alive. We'll stay alive for a few more minutes. How can we stop the membership? Once you're in, you can't get out, Joyce. I think you just don't renew it. If you're on here or any other membership, you just don't renew it. It's funny, Joyce, that you say that, because my life insurance expired. I outlived it. And it said if you don't call us up, it's going to go from $28.99 to $150. Whoa, $150. I'm canceling this. That's too much of a jump. I called them up and I canceled it. Sir Daniel, always a pleasure, my friend. God bless you and have a good night. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Connie. I know it was, Joyce. I think it's only, I think I have $1.99. I think YouTube went up, though. That's something I should say, too, guys. Hey, how are you? Am I loud? Other neighbor. I think YouTube went up on the memberships. Like, I had no control. I didn't go like, hey, now it's $2.99. I think they just increased it because of inflation. Inflation. So I didn't do it. I didn't cause the problem. If I'm going to go up, I would go up like to $9.99. I'm only kidding. Hey, shout out to Ozzy. Ozzy, both Ozzy's, I think they're like the highest tier you can have. I miss Ozzy. I don't know where Ozzy's at. They increased the prices. Everything's increasing. This hat increased. Cigars are increasing. The only thing that's cheap, as my uncle says, is TVs. Everything's going up. These phones are going up. I want to get a new phone, $1,800, $62 a month. What the hell happened to $500? Everything's going up, and it's not right. We need to go down. Not that down, but we need to go down on prices. I'm going to tell you something, guys. So I've been a trainer here for 26 years. I went up on my rates one time. And the only reason I went up is because the gym that I work went from, it doubled. It doubled my rent. And I was like, oh shit. And for some reason, I never got the email. I believe they sent the email, but it went to junk mail. So I was like so nervous to tell my clients I had to go up. They said, You should have went up a long time ago. I said, why didn't you send me extra? But anyhow, I finally went up, but I only went up like 10%. I'm old school, you know, we should. But each time, I'm going to turn my iPad off, guys, because I don't think we're going to take any more calls. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to put this back on. No, people aren't buying houses. You know, they make it very hard to get into a damn house. You got to have a credit score of 900. You got to put down $20,000. You got to make it a little bit easier. Yeah, she was good people, Britney Spears. She was always late. Every time she was late. Not at the Paris Planet. My wife was working there, and her boss would refer me. Every time her appointment was at 3 o'clock, she was there at 3:30. If I made her appointment at 4, it was 4:30. So finally I had to tell her, I said, hey, you got to be on time. And I can never bring my phone. Good memory, Connie. Every time I brought my phone in, the phone had to be locked up. Not because I was doing a live. She was just didn't want photos. But, you know, she was a good people, though. I always got paid, but was pulling teeth. And she had a pretty good body. You know, she took care of herself. She smoked. She smoked cigarettes. Not cigars, but cigarettes. That's okay. Her music was okay, too. It was okay. Marine girl, have a good night. Thank you. Yeah, so you know about Britney, Mike. But her personality was nice. I read people. She was pretty good. So was Donny Osmond. Donnie's a nice guy. Everybody's nice, right? Frank Sinatra wasn't so nice. He was nice to my wife. He was nice to me. But he also could be... Julie Howe, always great to see you, my friend. 6856. Julie Howe. They all put their... Let me tell you something, guys. I met President Trump. I like him. I love him. Kamala, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. But, as Joe says, we all put our pants on the same damn way. Even Peyton Manning. Met him too. He's funny, Peyton Manning. He was good too. You know who's really nice is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's a nice guy. Really nice. I'm not saying what he did to his wife or his girlfriend. That's wrong, right? You don't hit women. And he had some bad times, right? But I give it to him. I like when people can change. You know, they have that part of the mind where, you know, I'm not looking for excuses for him. He never had a father role. He was an amazing boxer, you know, and he had some bad, you know, times there with his girlfriend and his wife, whatever he was abusing. But, you know, he took his time. He changed his life. He does good for Vegas. He gives back to the homeless people as well. But he's a nice guy. You wouldn't think he was knocking people out in 20 seconds. Well, I'm over exaggerating, but you know what I mean. First round. We pray for Pam Bondi. Is that what you meant to say, Pam Bondi? How's she doing? She has she has cancer. How's Chris Frazier? How's he? Nice guy. I live in Vegas, Connie. Mike Tyson lives in Vegas. Britney Spears did not live in Vegas, but she was performing here. She had a show in town back 2000 and When the hell was it? 2016, 2017, 2018. They live in town. Agassi lives here. J Lo lives here. I never met her. Floyd Mayweather, he lives here. Peyton Manning, I met. I was in Pennsylvania. I met him there. That was just luck. Trump was here for the no tips on tax and tip overtime and all that. Elton John used to live here. I never met him, but he was a good singer, good performer, some good music back in the day. I did see Celine Dion live. She was incredible. Not my type of music, but she has amazing vocals. Does that make sense, Joyce? But sometimes when you see somebody in person, you might not like them on the radio, the AM, FM. You might not hear them on Sirius XM or whatever the hell you have, or YouTube. But when you see them, they're amazing. No, Joe. I also train, not Chris Angel, not Carrot Top. Who the hell's the other guy? He did magic. Not Copperfield, not him. Who the hell's the guy? I can't think of him now. Joseph Gabriel. He was in Vegas for a while. He was a good guy too. Joseph Gabriel. And Lance Burton. Yeah, they live here. And they go to the gym because it's, and they go to the gym that I'm at because it's the central part of town. And they're normally doing it after their show or before shows. But they all put our pants on like we do, right, Joe? Each and every one of us. And as far as Frank Sinatra, my wife used to own a hair salon at Sands Casino in Atlantic City. And Frankie was playing there. And a friend of mine, and Maribel met him and got to meet him. And then he was performing and he got sick. We got married in 1991. He was performing on October 19th, the day I got married. And his show, he got sick and he liked us. And my wife's salon knew Robert Murphy. I can't believe I remember these names, who was the president of the casino, and said, Frankie wants you guys to use the showroom. And that was very nice. And got the cake and everything. It was pretty cool. I like Tony Bennett better. Interesting, huh? That probably might have shocked you a little bit, Connie. I like Tony Bennett. You know who I really like is Frankie Valli out of all of them. I like Frankie Valli. He's still going. Matter of fact, I think, don't quote me, Connie, his last show at the Westgate is next month. I think he's starting to get a little L-timer. So Frankie Valli doesn't like anybody taking photos. You know who else doesn't like photos? Was Donna Summers. Excuse me. I'm incorrect. Frankie Valli, yes. Diana Ross. Diana Ross doesn't like filming. She don't like photos taken, or Frankie Valli. Yeah, I like Frankie Valli. I like Tony Bennett. Sinatra's Sinatra. I mean, but everybody has different. My mom, her favorite was Neil Diamond. She's seen Neil Diamond and Frank Sinatra. I said, Mom, who'd you like better? Sweat's tough. So I like Neil Diamond. Doris Day, yeah. Bringing up some. Tony Bennett was good. You think he had a toupee? It doesn't matter. He's good. He's a good-looking guy. Tony Montana, yeah, he's good too. Al Pacino. He's still going. They just had some kids, I think, him and De Niro. They're like in their 80s. They're aging too. Like me. That movie was the longest movie ever, wasn't it? Scarface. Bill says he served steak to Neil Diamond. I heard that Neil Diamond was not a nice guy, though. That's what I heard. But you can't believe everything. But you got to deliver a steak. That's amazing. Pamela who? Al Pacino, Serpico. I like him in Serpico. I mean, Godfather, I like him, but Serpico was good. Serpico. I'm not even close to the real Montana. In the 80s, I was. I'm glad I lived in the 80s. I can't believe I'm still going. What I think you're alluding to. Who? Pamela Anderson? Is that? Oh yeah, she was actually. You know what? She is pretty. That woman is beautiful, Pamela Anderson. She's still alive, right? I think she had breast cancer. Is Pamela still alive, folks? I turned my iPad. Pamela Anderson's still alive, right? Yeah. She's my age. She's got to be, I think she's 60 or 61, right? Marissa, I think she's about 60, 61. Matter of fact, I think she's the same age as some of us on here. Good. She's from Canada, I believe. Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Remember Valerie Bertinelli? I had a crush on her. Valerie Bertinelli. She was Italian, too. Yeah, she had a very unique look, and her personality from TV, anyways, I haven't met her, was nice. Diane Phoenix, how are you? Good to see you. Vicky. She had a nice personality. How about Burt Reynolds, women and men, whatever your cup of tea is? Burt Reynolds, a good-looking man back in the day. They had a lot of women like Burt Reynolds. Pam is pretty without makeup. Yeah, she was married to Van Halen. That's right. You're exactly right. They were married they had kids, I think, right? For a little bit, couple years. Oh, Sally Fields, yes. I liked her too. That's right, Marissa. Wow. I hope I'm not getting Alzheimer's, Marissa. He did abuse her too. I don't like that stuff. And that came out. That wasn't any rumors. That came out. I don't like that stuff. We don't like that, abusing women. Or women abusing men. It goes both ways. Or women abusing women. Or men abusing, whatever. You know. You got it. Yeah, he was very jealous. That's right. Oh, the Oak Ridge Boys were good. My mom also, Joe. I got that. My mom loved the Oak Ridge Boys. She liked them too. And that's not from the cigar, like I care. I need water. Oak Ridge Boys. Patriots, yeah. I used to like Kenny Rogers and that white beard. That white beard that he had. I like that song, Island in the Streams, with Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, and Dolly Parton together. I can remember some stuff. Kenny was good, Vicky. Kenny Rogers was good. The Gambler. It was good stuff. Absolutely, Sir Daniel. Was that right, Joe? Is that right? Is that funny? Tish? Dolly was okay. She doesn't age. Yeah, right. Van Halen was married to Valerie Bertinelli. Their son, well, wasn't he also married to To Pamela Anderson as well, or no? I really didn't care for Van Halen that much. My brother liked them. I wasn't a Van Halen. Something about their music I never really liked. But they were still good. You could still be good. I just didn't care for them. We all have our tastes. I was always into classic like Led Zeppelin and Ozzy Osbourne, Meatloaf. But Valerie Bertinelli, she was good. Kid Rock married Pamela Anderson. That's right. That's right. Kid Rock. Meatloaf was good. I like the Guess Who. That's the music I like. I like old Rolling Stones, like 1960s and 70s only. Old Rolling Stones. Old classic Rolling Stones. I like some of Rush. And rap music, I used to like EPMD, Public Enemy. I already went over the country. And in disco, I like the Bee Gees. And Motown, I like Four Tops. Diana Ross, old classic. Donna Summers, before she became a Jehovah's Witness. Nothing against Jehovah's Witness, but that's the Motown. Oh, Beach Boys are great. I'll put them, Betty, on my top 12 list. Temptations, yeah. Papa was a Rolling Stone. That was my father. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. What's going on? It's been late. Mike, how are you? Mike Dadavio, how are you? Como sta molto bene? Ciao, ciao. All my Italians. Fleetwood Mac was a classic. Top 10 list. Fleetwood Mac. Top 10. Dr. Hook. Big Daddy Kane. Yeah. I wasn't your average white boy. Italian. We used to listen to some rap back in Philly. We got into some rap a little bit, Mike. Great music. Whatever was good, it was good. With the cassette tapes and the 8-tracks. Me too, Marissa. I used to break dance a little bit. I said, who the hell is this white guy? He could break dance? Yeah, I could break dance. Oh, man. As soon as I say break. Run DMC was good. How did I forget them? But I like Eric B. Rakim. And Big Daddy Kane. It was good too. I like this girl, the country girl who won American Idol. She's pretty good. What's her name? Not Kelly Clarkson. Who's the other one? With the blonde hair who does Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football. The hell's her name? I can't think of it. See? You know what I mean. She's good. Carrie Underwood. Yeah, she's good. I mean, she's not like... She's good. Not like great music, but she's good. She was... yeah, she won American Idol, right? Yeah. Did she win American Idol? Yeah, she won American Idol. Joe says she's great. Chelsea, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome in the chat. We've been on for 3 hours and 14 minutes. I'm having a good time as long as you guys are. Joyce says, I seen her. She's okay. Oh, she was the first winner of American Idol. Wow. Kelly Clarkson was good too, right? Milli Vanilli? Yeah, they were all right. Oh, does she really? Betty Anderson in Tennessee? Interesting. I didn't know that. Good for her. She worked hard, right? I mean, just because you're blessed with vocals, you still got to work, right? Anybody who becomes that successful? Curtis Blow? was good. I used to like Stir Mix a lot. Remember Stir Mix a lot? I used to like the Beastie Boys too. They were pretty good. Stir Mix a lot. You guys laughing? I'm serious when I say this though, guys. I'm being honest with you. I know the Beatles were before my time. Yellow Submarine was okay. Oh no, Yellow, that was good. And My Sweet Lord reminds me of my dad, so I like it. Beastie Boys were good, like a lemon, like a lime like a lemon. You know it's getting late, guys, but we gotta laugh, right? Milli Vanilla. But hey, The Doors. Did you guys watch that movie on The Doors? He was a poet. Neil Young was good. Barber, The Doors. I didn't know he was a poet until I seen that movie. Oh, The Who. That Super Bowl halftime, Joe, was the best halftime with The Who ever. Well, no, excuse me. Yes, The Who was the best. Prince was second best. Oh, my dog's outside. You want to see the dog? The dog. Don't you guys like when our pets come in? The dog. Maxie, you okay? You got a pee-pee? Say hello, Max. You got 100 people looking at you. Pee-pee. The dog. Max. In the chat. 17 years old. And he still looks at women. Other dogs. Purple Rain, yeah, I was going to say. Purple Rain because it rained. Remember it was raining? If I'm not mistaken, it rained and Purple Rain was performing. Oh, yeah, Joe, I'm at 2, 3, 4 times. When I go camping, Joe, it's 5 or 6 times. He's 17, Sir Daniel. And he still likes to cuddle up with the female dogs. Just like my client, who's 92 years old, happily married. He's not that dirty old man. He dresses up and he sees a woman walk by, whether she's 40 or she's 60, aging like fine wine, or even 70. He'll go like this and look. I'm like, okay. He goes, I respect my wife, but Sal, you know. I'm like, that's okay. All right, Cutie Max. Yeah, he's 17. They break your heart, though, Joe. Because once they pass, like when his brother died, unalive, I couldn't go to work. It messes with me. Let's get something straight, folks, before we go. Humans, like my mom and all our loved ones that pass, humans are humans. But, you know, our pets, cats and dogs, they rip me apart. Yeah, right. You can look, but don't touch. And the women the same way, you know. You know, the women want to look. It's when a man looks like this. When a guy goes like this. 3 times, you're out. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. I had a great time. I'm going to do a 2-minute warning. I got to ice the elbow and watch a movie. Speaking of wives, I'll give a 2-minute warning. What the hell is a 2-minute warning if you're new? What the hell is this guy talking about? Just to give everybody a little respect in Italian. Maybe you guys are chit-chatting a little bit, which I love. I love. So say their good nights. And I love you all, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. Maybe we're going to cover the war. Thank you, Tony Lana. Thank you for the hearts. Hey, thank you guys for being here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me call myself out. See? You ready? 227 likes. Thank you so very much. I almost forgot to thank you. So there you go. I will call myself out. And I did not forget the water today for the homeless. Okay? I did remember the water. And did forget the coffee, though. All I can do is try, guys. Hey, thank you so much, guys. Make sure you check out the shorts. We help out the homeless when we can. I love you all, guys. I had a great time. I mean that. I went a little longer tonight, but that's okay. I don't work until late. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you check out Maribel's channel. Maribel, what is it? Maribel for birds or for parrots, I think it is. Also, show some love to the other YouTube channels, guys, when you go on to the next one. And thank you once again for all those who came on from JLR, Ted Investigates, Alex, 857, any other channel. And thank you if you just found me tonight and took a chance on our live. It's all about us. We have a good time. I want to apologize. I did know we went off topic a little bit longer tonight. But I'm feeding the chat. We all had a good time with it. As long as nobody mind, I'm okay with it. I don't like to go off topic too much. But you know what, guys? When it's 3 hours long, we'll be it. And I will be going to Tucson. I'm not kidding about that. Take care, guys. Love you all. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Thank you, Marissa. I appreciate it. Thank you, Joe. Love you, Joe. Love you, Simon. Good night, guys. Connie from The Godfather, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, we haven't had a 4 yet. Good night, guys. Love you all. Take care.